What up, everyone? Happy Friday, 2/13/2026. We got Epstein Files dataset 5 today. What's this guy got going on? Definitely a pedophile. Definitely trafficked kids. Had some weird shit in his homes. That dentist room's real. His massage room with all the naked photos is real. He's got more lube to Diddy than Diddy. I was gonna say to rival Diddy. Um, Work was good today. I don't know if we care about work though. Let's get into it. Excuse me. We also raw dog this. No edits. I do skip some stuff if it gets repetitive though. Alright, so IMD 200 Constitution Drive, Winchester, Virginia. 3/11, 2025. So this was last year. Nothing's really been this year. So this is 2019 books. The book. Excuse me. This is just a receipt. I'm sure we'll see the receipt. This is a Game Boy Advance. What is this thing? A clock. Excuse me. More information. More evidence was the word I was looking for. More evidence. 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 Why is this allowed? Why is this allowed? Why is this allowed? They shouldn't be allowed to just post this shit and confuse us. We will. Nothing can be discovered if you just post this stuff. Like, what are these scribbles? Hey, what's up, person? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Question documents. Unit. FBI. And a lot of this makes me want to work for the FBI. They do such a bad job. It's embarrassing. They should allow people who smoke weed in the FBI. I will be the top agent tomorrow. Tomorrow. That's on God. let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. They're just like posting bullshit hard drives. Do they like we can't? I don't have my brain to download them. I can't plug into them. PC. Great. Clone number 7. PC. Great. Digital evidence. Thank you. This is a box. Hey, does anyone know what this is? Another hard drive. Another hard drive. Okay. Dude, dataset 5 is very small. If it is just photos of hard drives, the FBI did it again. I we can start with the who needs to go into jail for this. We've done it a million times. I don't know how much more I need to do it. We can say the Pam Bondi. We can say the Cash Patel. I mean, I'm just talking people who like didn't do the diddling. Anyone who's in the emails should be investigated. Uh, People should be going to jail for perjury if they don't answer truthfully. We have their emails somehow. Literally everyone's emails. Like, what the hell's going on here? They should go into jail for fucking having access to everyone's search history before they ask their questions. Ah, that looked kind of important. Oh no, it's not. Oh, also, dude, he is so back. I'm fucking locked in today. Also, look at his little. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, we're knocking everything over. Little butt cam, little butt cam, little butt cam. Hell yeah. All right. Dude, this is pissing me off. This is really pissing me off today. And happy Friday, Aaron. I'm sorry I couldn't catch most of your stream today. I was really, really busy. You did a great job, though. You had some chatters today. Whoever's in this chat, if you don't know who's also in this chat, follow his YouTube now. He streams on YouTube. Follow Michael Scott Pilgrim. He streams and he's way funnier than me. He actually knows how to banter 24/7. Uh, and he's just yeah, way more entertaining. Sorry, quick phone. I just fucking sit here and say fucking a lot. You have some actual stuff. And apparently you do dailies, you're actually smart. Dude, doing the Wordle, he knows how to do a Wordle if you guys like that. That's incredible sometimes. He did a 64 Wordle the other day. Like, you'll figure it out. There's no way anyone who wants to learn about the Epstein Files also wants to knows about a Wordle. Hey, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Shout out you if you do. You will do it again. That'll be half of your Saturday stream. Okay, sorry. Video surveillance. Sorry, we've gotten a bunch of hard drives, so I've they lose me. They lose me. I'm telling you. They should be put into jail for what they're doing. They know what they're doing. I can't even read it. There's too much nonsense. Accepted custody, release custody, storage, duplication. Great. Chain of custody, case file, case agent. This person should be put in jail. Just saying. Anyone in the Australia? Sorry, my dog's scared. I'm screaming too much. You'll do it again. And if anyone's excited, you can see the gaming prowess I have, or that he has. Tomorrow, I think he's streaming World at War on Veterans. So if anyone watched me play that, you can watch him play that. See if I'm good or bad. Okay. This is just what did Alfredo Rodriguez do? Like, how does they should be protecting the people that didn't do anything? Who are those people? Otherwise, these people should be put in jail today. Just mail, case ID, shipping invoice, FB. Can we take the bubble wrap off? Yo, FBI. Yo. Um. Whoa! 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 Big baller, dollar dollar, big baller, dollar dollar. Tomorrow, I'm so excited for tomorrow. I'm going. Oh, tomorrow's V-Day though. I'm gonna see how much I can watch. I'm gonna see how much I can watch. I got. You better hurt. I'm gonna do it while we drive. But I do have V-Day tomorrow. Is V-Day not tomorrow? I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna catch as much as I can of it though. But I got my Cars and Coffee stream. Super early in the morning. I got to do the VOD will be there for sure, for sure. I'm watching the VOD. I cannot fucking wait. I need a motherfucking death counter. Sorry, I'm getting so sidetracked. Not good. Not good. Not good. The VOD will be there. I just read that, but oh, okay, let me stop. Don't ban me for that. Don't ban me for that. Oh, wait, yo, is that? No, it's not money. Can I do that? Is that allowed? I'm going to kick. I'm getting banned to kick. Huh? This is the dog, bro. This is the dog. They put it in the FBI. What the fuck? I want to see the tiger. Where's the tiger? What the fuck was that? That was the dog he had in his New York apartment. It was next to his fireplace, and it was looking at a tiger. What in the hell? I think I might have been Maxwell's dog or something. I don't really know. Could have been his dog. Oh, you gotta set up your shit today? Damn. Your day is fading away too. And it's your bedtime already? Buddy, my VOD will be here. Fucking figure that out. You're fucked. What is all this? This is hard drives, auto backup, 1 TB. Okay, like 1 TB hard drives. Okay. Fragile, more. Dude. Okay, if any of you fuckers I text and do hard drives of the shit I text you, holy, I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna disappear in prison. I don't know what that was really supposed to mean. Dude, Aaron, also, I felt so bad. I can't believe I've missed Stella's stream. I could not feel worse. Genuinely, I was like, oh my fucking god. Dude, the massage tables are so gross. Wait, are these multiple? No, are these like paintings or something? What is this? Broken glass. Bro, they're breaking the paintings? I would have exploded that chat. She would have hated me. It would have been so fun. Uh, okay, that's dataset 5. Okay, we might do dataset 6 if it's small like that. And that was literally, oh my god. That was a bunch of hoopla! And now this is today and tomorrow. Okay, okay, okay. So you won't have too long of a stream. Wait, so when are you streaming tomorrow then? United States versus Jeffrey Epstein 2028. Call the witness. Hopefully 11 to 3. I should be able to catch some of that then. I should for surely. Oh, I can't wait to blow up your chat. You're bad, you're bad, you're bad every death. Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Why didn't you dodge that grenade, dumbass? Why'd you throw it? Oh, I can't wait. Typing +1 in chat every single time you die. Oh my god. I might do it in the VOD. I might comment 1,000,000 times. That would be so fun. Okay, okay, come on, get to reading, get to reading. Tap in, everyone. Tap the fuck in. Tap in. Skips the first page. Blank blank called as a witness, having been first duly sworn by the foreperson and grand jury, was examined and testified as follows. Examination. By Miss Blank. Could you please state and spell your name for the record? If you're blanking it, I keep pausing on accident. I'm pissed. Hey, no worries. I do it on your stream a bunch because when someone comes in the door, I gotta pause it. I gotta talk to the old person fucking mad at me about street park. Like, shut up and let me watch the stream, old man. And then I gotta just like fast forward and like watch, and then sometimes I'll comment, and then it's like 50 seconds ago, so you have no idea what I'm talking about, and then it's just cursed. So then I just normally will hit live. Sorry. Good afternoon, special agent. Good afternoon. Where do you work? What? Oh, this is an FBI person. Damn. Okay, lock in, lock in. I gotta stop saying that. The FBI. What is your title as the at the FBI? Special agent. How long have you worked as a special agent in the FBI? For over 2 years now. Did you testify before this grand jury on June 18th, 2019? I did. Can you remind the grand jury of your background? What types of work do you do at the FBI? Ah, Jesus. I work on violent crime. Fuck! I work on the violent crimes against children squad. So work so we work child exploitation, human trafficking, and the international parental kidnapping matters. Have you participated in an investigation of Jeffrey Epstein and his associates? Yes. Have you I can't stop breaking characters. Fuck. Have you spoken to other people, including law enforcement officers, about the investigation? Yes. Have you reviewed reports and documents prepared by others regarding the case? Yes. And this is your testimony today based in part on those conversations with other law enforcement officers and documents that you have reviewed. Yes. Oh shit, this is a girl. This is a girl. Wait, my bad. My bad. My bad. Uh shit. Okay, we're going to fix this better. Miss Blank, ladies and gentlemen, some of the testimony that you're going to hear today will include hearsay. As you know, that means the witness will not be testifying solely from her observations, but she'll be reporting what others have told her and what she read in reports and others prepared by or in other documents prepared by others. Excuse me. As you know, hearsay evidence is admissible in the grand jury proceedings, and you're free to rely on it determining whether there is probable cause to indicate the proposed defendant. Maybe I need glasses. Maybe that's what's going on. If, however, you would like to hear the defend, oh, shut up. If you hear, you would. If, however, you would like to hear the testimony of any other witness, you have the right to request it and will be made reasonable offers to bring that witness before you by Miss Blank. So you're Special Agent Blank. I have forced excuse me, I am placed in front of you as a stack of exhibits. I have placed in front of you a stack of exhibits. I want you to talk through them one by one. We were discussing earlier that you recall testifying before this grand jury on June 18th, 2019. Is that correct? Now I gotta do a girl voice. Hold on. Yes. Nope, nope, nope. That's not gonna be the voice. Yes. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Hold on. Get a good girl voice. Nope, not happening. I'm gonna just do bad girl voice. Yes. I've placed I've also placed in front of the grand jury Exhibit 1. Is that a PowerPoint presentation that you reviewed with this grand jury on June 18th, 2019? Yes. So picking up where we left off. God damn. So picking up where we left off last time, I want to follow up regarding the presentation. If you could turn to page 28 of the presentation. Now, Special Agent Blank, do you recall testifying about your interviews with a young woman named Blank? Yes. Excuse me. Yes. And do you recall that there was a question from the grand jury about the date on one of those slides of the presentation? What? About the date? That's really important? Yes. Just want to follow up on that. So this page, just to orient ourselves, do you recall testifying about phone records of a call between a phone number subscribed to blank and blank's cell phone on January 3rd? Blank. Wait, what? Yes. Have you reviewed the underlying phone records that are excerpted, excerpt, excerpt in this slide? Yes. In this call highlighted on this slide on January 3rd, is this call, is this a leading question or something? Is the call highlighted on the slide from January 3rd, 2005? Yes. Directing your attention to the top of the slide where it says 2004, is that a typo? Yes. What? Have you confirmed that the underlying record are in fact are from January 3rd, 2005? Yes. Turning to the slide on page 29, so the header on the slide is January 4, 2005. Is that the same day on the deposit slip excerpt in that slide? Yes. So does that date on this slide accurately reflect the date on the deposit slip? January 3rd. Okay, okay, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Yes. So when you testified that based on the phone records we just discussed in the deposit slip, that it appears that we were back-to-back days were in fact wait. So when you testified that the phone records we discussed and this deposit slip, it appears that were on back-to-back days was in fact accurate. Yes, I would have been like, dude, what the fuck are you saying? Um, all right, so I want to switch gears now. And now ask you, do you recall testifying before this grand jury regarding a woman named Blankety, Blankety, Blank? Yes. If you could now turn to what's before you and mark Grand Jury Exhibit 4, do you recognize this? Yes. What is this document? So this is a list of messages that to you, list messages that to that. What? So this is a list of messages that to that appear to be left for Epstein. I didn't even do it in the voice. Jesus. So this is a list of messages that appear to be left for Jeffrey Epstein. Taking a step back for a moment, how did the FBI obtain these documents? We received this from the Palm Beach Police Department. Lock in, lock in, lock in. What is the understanding based on your review of the law enforcement reports and your review of the case file of how the Palm Beach Police Department obtained this document? Sorry, I gotta do the voice and then I gotta read it. So, what is your understanding based on the review of the law enforcement reports and your review of the case file? They would have received it from a what? Oh, okay, she's gonna explain it. They would have received it from a trash pull. So a trash pull is one of the detectives had to go to the residence and went through the trash that was left on the. What? The FBI does that? Yo, yo, lock in, everyone. The FBI pulls from your trash. What? So is this document the one from the trash pulls? Yes. Approximately what? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but what? Approximately when was this pulled from the trash? Based on your review of law enforcement reports. April 13th, 2005. In a previous presentation, you discussed a number of residences. Do you know specifically where this was pulled from the trash? The Palm Beach residence? Did you personally participate in the gathering, dude, of this evidence? This is such a weird line of questioning. Where are we going? I was not a part of the trash pull, but I have received the evidence since. So is that why some of the stuff is covered in pee? Um, so let's talk through this document. Looking first at the first page at the top, what does this document appear to be? It's a record listed for Jeffrey Epstein, April 11th, 2005 to April. That's the same day. What are hold on. Now this is the question. What are the fields at the top? So the left side has who it's from, in the middle has message, and the right side has who has some of them phone numbers listed. Huh? Some of them have phone numbers listed. Okay, my bad, my bad. The girl voice makes it hard. Does the name Blankety appear in this document? Yes. So let's turn to the fourth page of this document. Focusing on the last line, do you see where it says callers? Yes. Does it list, what is it listed in the field to the right? It lists beep. Turning to page 2 of his document, focusing on the bottom three. Do we got a dog cam? We do. Is the dog still there? Hey, get a dog. What that dog doing? What that dog doing? Okay, he just ran away. Why he run away like that? Why he run away like that? I was trying to show him off. Okay. Focus on the bottom three lines. Can you point out the grand jury where you see the name Blankety at the bottom of this document? So Blankety is listed twice. Blankety. Where are the messages to the right of the name? The first message. Oh, no, 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 my bad. Girl voice. Didn't lock it in. At first message lists. The word's the, not at. The first message lists, I'm back in New York. What's the second one? Blankety. Blankety is back. Is there a phone number? Is there a phone number listed to the next message? Yeah, look, we're gonna start getting into. We're gonna start. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're role playing streaming right now because this shit's boring. Also, there's 14 pages of this. This might be a lot of acting, folks. This at least this is a short one. We might end it here. If I'm tired, we're ending it. I need water bad. You can probably hear it in the voice. I'm losing it. Fuck it, fuck it. I'm having fun right now. What are the messages to the right of the name? Did we already read that? Blankety. What is the first message list? I'm back. Oh, we already read that. Yeah. Phone number listed. Yes. What's the area code for that number? Blankety. Does that appear to be a New York City area code? Excuse me. Yes. In your interview with Blankety, have you asked her whether or not she recognizes this phone number? Yes. Did she tell you? What did she tell you? She did not recognize it. What, if anything, did she tell you about the phones that she was using during this time period? She said that she was using a lot of different phones, that she had gone a lot of different places, so she didn't recall the numbers that she had used in the phone. Getting really nasally. Blanket. Oh, my bad, my bad. My bad. My bad, you are right. That was a little gender usage for me. My bad, my bad, my bad. Now I forgot all where I was. I read one chat message. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, she doesn't recognize the numbers in the past. Have you obtained the phone records for this phone number? Yes. Who was listed for the subscriber in 2005? I'm really losing the voice here, guys. Jesus. Oh, 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 oh. Who was listed as the subscriber back in 2005? It came back to an individual in May's path. Where's this? Based on your participation in this, I gotta get water. I gotta get water. I'm throwing up it real quick. I ain't even muting the mic. Water secured. Water secured. Oh, 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 we got water. Jesus. We back. We so back. Is it this one? It is. Whew. We're so back. I'm also popping a cough drop. We're getting scared. I can't be sick. I can't lose my voice because of stupid ass stream. Um, who's listed as a subscriber for? Oh, we're so locked in now. Who's listed for a subscriber in 2005? It came back to an individual in May's path. Oh my God! You hear it? He's so online. Based on your participation in this investigation, does that particular individual have any significance to the investigation, as far as you can tell? No. In the messages had if these messages had been left by Blankety Blanket in New York, would some type of communication had to occur across state lines in order for these messages to have been found in Florida? Yes. Do you recall testifying about Blanket and Blanket having received these phone calls on Epstein, having received these phone Having remembered receiving these phone calls from Epstein's assistant Blanket. Yes. Did they recall that occasionally when they would get phone calls from blank that she would say she was calling from New York? Yes. If dude, I can't. Blankety and blank were in Florida when they got those calls, and those calls had in fact been placed in New York. Would those calls have traveled across state lines? Yes. Well, and a final question about Blanket. In your conversations with her, did she ever describe to you receiving phone calls regarding the messages that she was scheduling? Yes. Who would call her? All right, whatever. Did she recall speaking to anyone else on the phone? Epstein. Epstein? Did she explain the context in which she would receive the phone calls and speak to Epstein? Yes. She said when she spoke with Epstein on the phone, it would always be through blank. So blank would contact her and put him on the phone to speak with her. What was her understanding of who was Blanket was? His assistant. In those conversations with Blankety and Epstein, did Blanket recall them whether or not either of them had asked her to bring a particular girl to the house? Yes. Did she recall whether Blanket ever asked her to bring a particular girl? Yes. What does this Jesus. So much words I can't read. What does she remember about that? That Blanket would ask her, "Do you have this particular girl, or can this girl come tonight on whatever day that they had chosen?" This is work. She said when she would speak with Epstein on the phone, did she recall whether or not Epstein would ever ask her to bring a particular girl? Yes. What did she remember about that? Along with the same lines, can you bring this girl? Just one moment. Special Agent Blanket, have you told the grand jury everything that you know about this case? Or have you just answered all the or what? Why is this an or? Isn't this not an and? Or have you just answered the questions that I've asked? Oh, because he's saying, does she have any more information that she's just not telling? I've just answered. I've just answered the questions you've asked. When you testified about the documents you reviewed in the conversations that you had with others, were you testifying to the exact words that were used, or just the substance of the documents or conversations? Substance? Are you willing to return to the grand jury if the grand jury has any further questions for you? Yes. Miss Blanket, with four persons' permission, I would ask Special Agent Blanket to be excused. The foreperson. You're excused. Witness is excused. Time noted, 1 p.m. Colloquy follows. He's done it. He's done it. What a performance. What a performance. Uh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Whew. State of New York. County of Kings. Damn. That's a good county name. I have hereby certified that the foregoing true. Okay. Whew. Thank God we're back on photos. I was really getting I was losing brain matter. Yo, what's up everyone? I hope everyone's having a good day today. Happy Friday. We're just going. This is an apartment. We've already seen it. If you want to see it, data set one, it's there. 9th East 71st Street. Oh, we haven't been here yet. But there it is on Google. There's a bunch of things that are hiding victims. They're not hiding victims, I promise you. This is Epstein's desk. Oh, buddy. 77 pages. It is RP. This is literally RP. Look, buddy. Oh, this is versus Ghislaine. This is what we all wanted. This is what we wanted! We never got to see any of this. Okay, this is juicy. This is juicy. Okay, hold on. How much more of this bullshit do I have? 8 pages? Photos. Failed to load the document. 119? 7, 4, 18. Well, I'm only doing these today. I might put in a motherfucking movie. If any actors, any actor casting people see this that don't diddle kids, I'm not a kid, but I'm not gonna be diddled either way. Feel free to cast me in anything if you want. I'll get naked if you need, but again, only. No, I'm not getting naked. I take that back. Um, yeah, dude, I'm not streaming. No one wants to watch Elden Ring. That's my least to watch content. I like debate about streaming it, and I go, no one's gonna watch. Why even play that shit? I can't even find the damn boss. All right, juicy stuff. Come on, guys. This is what we actually wanted. They never ever ever mention anything that happened in the Maxwell fucking um shit. What is this case? Maxwell um jury courthouse. This is important stuff. If she gets brought as a witness, wait, what? She's not. But we got 77 pages. So we're good, we're good, we're good. Oh, Bill, also, you gotta if you're never mind, I'll tell you later. Blankety blank, called as a witness, having been duly sworn by the foreperson of the grand jury, was examined and testifies as follows. Not another girl, bro. I don't have this in me. Whew. Good morning. All right, I'm not trying to be rude. Why isn't her morning good? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Why she gotta be so morning? That's such a bad response. All right, what's her voice gonna be? Morning. Can you please state your full name for the record? Blankety blank. So I recognize that you are wearing a. What day is this? 2020? These people believe in COVID. Okay. COVID's real. I didn't mean that like that. I didn't mean it like that. So I recognize you were wearing a mask and behind plexiglass. There's a microphone in front of you. If you could make an effort to speak into the mic and keep your voice, that would be great. Dude, no skate no one even wants my skate content. That's now my it's not my least viewed content now. It's still like my second viewed most content. So I'll give you that. Car is way number one though. And I cannot wait for Cars and Coffee. That's my most viewed stream. That was my most fun I've ever had streaming. Like I cannot wait. I hate that it's only on Saturdays. That actually bums me out. Okay, I gotta stop. No problem. Wait, no problem. Wait, that's not the voice I gave her. Where do you currently work? Dude, how are all these people in the FBI? Okay, wait, is she the same special agent? Christ. How long have you worked at the special About 3 years now. There are three. About 3 years. 3 years now. Where are you currently assigned? I work for the blank on the violent crimes agent against children squad. What are your duties and responsibilities as special agent on that squad? We investigate we investigate crimes. I can't do the voice. Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. We investigate crimes that have to do with children and sexual. Ah, wait, I read the word right. I read the word right. I read the word right. Don't minus two me. You're gonna get so many plus twos and not plus twos, plus ones tomorrow. I don't even want to hear it. Um, we investigate crime. All right, we're gonna skip the voice until, this is a different girl and it gets juicy. All right, we investigate crimes that have to do with child sexual abuse material, sextortion. That's a crazy name. I just tried it out. Good, 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 good. Exploitation and enticement for minor sex trafficking. Grandeur. Maybe if she could take the mask off. I'm having difficulty. Yeah. All right. So the law people don't believe in COVID. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. They did it, not me. They clearly don't think. They had no regards. This lady could have died because of COVID. Can you believe that? They put her in danger by letting her take off the mask. That's crazy. I gotta stop. It's such not even an important thing right now. Thank you for letting me know. Would that be okay if the witness took off her mask? We're okay with the plexiglass, right? Yeah. Thanks. Thank you very much. Yeah, she's thanking them. She's thanking them. By Miss Blank. All right, I'm just gonna go back and ask a few questions again to make sure that everyone can hear. You testified earlier that you're a special agent with the FBI. We already read all that, so we don't need to do it again. Thank you, and a special agent. If you could then, how's my phone all the way over there? That's on me. I'm sorry if someone just texted me. If you could, fine, okay. Hold on. Gosh darn it. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. All right, my bad. 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 I know. Way to disengage with all my viewers. Also, who's in the chat? Who's the number three? Who's the third one? Do we got the legendary blue fucker in here? Is that the third? Who's the third? All special and special. Okay, Special Agent Blank. If you could just try to keep your voice up, I'd really appreciate it. It's a little difficult under the circumstances. By Ms. Blank. Have you participated in an investigation of Ghislaine Ghislaine Maxwell? Sorry, gotta do the actual Alex Jones voice. Yes, I have. Have you spoken to other people, including law enforcement officers, about the investigation? Yes. Have you reviewed reports and I gotta do the head. Have you reviewed reports and documents prepared by others regarding this case? Yes. Is your testimony today based in part of those conversations with other law enforcement officers and documents that you have reviewed? Yes. Miss Blank, Blankety, Blanket, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a brief instruction. Some of the testimony that you will hear today will include what's called hearsay. We already read this. If, however, you would like to hear the testimony to any other witness, yep, we already read that. Special Agent, okay, Exhibit 2. It's a PowerPoint presentation to testify. Did you participate in preparing this exhibit? She did. If you could please turn. Who are the people into. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. No. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, hold on. Do they have the exhibit numbers? Can we kind of doctor this to like be really smart or no? Stop spoiling, stop spoiling. No spoilers, no spoilers. But is she on the left? Picture on the left is Ghislaine Maxwell. Picture on the right. Okay, okay. Little story time. Little Lockheed, little Lockheed. Okay. Picture on left. Ghislaine Maxwell. Jeffrey Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay. Based on your participation in the investigation and the review of the public source materials, has Maxwell and Epstein been photographed together many times over the years? Yes. Based on your participation in the investigation and review of public materials, where is Maxwell from? Okay, here we go. I never knew where anything about her. Maxwell was born in France. She grew up in the United Kingdom, was educated in Oxford, and is from a wealthy family. She is she a citizen of France, the United Kingdom, and the United States? How does that all work? Yes. How old is she currently? 58. Has the FBI investigated Maxwell and Epstein's conduct with minors in the 1990s? Yes. Genuinely speaking, what have you learned about the relationship between Maxwell and Epstein during the 1990s? Sorry, brain. Okay, what did they learn? What did they learn? Okay, that's what she was asking. Epstein and whoa! I thought this wasn't a thing. This was. I thought they never said this. Who knew this? Also, wait, did someone? You really said their dad died of COVID? That's funny as fuck. Epstein and Maxwell had a romantic relationship. She also worked for him managing his homes, hiring and firing individuals. During that time period, she was one of his closest associates. Yes. During the course of this investigation, have you learned where Epstein maintained properties in 1990s? Yes. Where did he maintain properties? New York, Palm Beach, and New Mexico. Turning on to the next slide, did he maintain an address in Manhattan on 9th East 51st? That's a 71st. You've read it 100 times. Yes. Does this slide fairly and accurately depict the residence? Does this slide? Yeah, that would be it. Yes. Can you describe the property to the grand jury? Yeah. It's a 7-story home. Here we go. It's the largest residence in Manhattan. I didn't know that. That makes a lot of sense. He owned the biggest home in New York, or Manhattan to be exact. Bro, that's crazy. Based on your participation, some of it was kind of gross too. I'm kind of floored by that. Based on your participation in the investigation, did that house include a room that was used? Yep. Here we go. Yes, it did. All right. We'll talk more about that later. Yeah. But for now, moving to the other properties, did he maintain an address in Palm Beach, Florida, where it was located on 358 El Brillo Way? Yes. Turning to the next slide, does the slide fairly accurately depict that residence? Looks like it to me. Yes, it does. Could you please describe that property for the grand jury? It's a waterfront estate. It has an in-ground pool and detaching dwelling pool to the house and property as well. Does she explain that? Nope. No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. And from your participation in the investigation and your review of the materials, did the house include a room that was used as a massage room? We haven't seen that one yet. Yes. Turning to the next property, did Epstein also own a ranch in New Mexico? Okay, I'm gonna put these two together. I might have opened one of them incorrectly. Okay, this is our ranch. Huh. There's the Hummer, bro! There it is again. That fucking stupid ass H2. Shout out to him. He really liked that thing. Good for him. Turning to the next property. Yes, he did. And turning to the next slide. What was that property located at 49 Zora Ranch in Stanley, New Mexico? Yes. Looking at the photograph on this slide, does it accurately depict that property? Yes, it does. Okay, well, we've been talking about the properties that Epstein owned during this time period. Did he also own a private jet? Yes. Is it fair that he was a multimillionaire during this time period? Yes. During the 1990s, did Epstein have an employee, a blankety blank, who ran his house in Palm Beach? Yes, he did. What was his job? His job was to make sure that his job was to make sure Dude, the long ones are not easy. His job was to make sure that everything in the house ran smoothly. He referred to and described that Epstein liked to have his house live like a five-star hotel. That everything had to be in its proper place, so he was responsible for managing that. Have you interviewed blankety blank? Yes. How many times? Twice. And is the information you're about to provide on the interviews with blankety blank? Yes. Did you begin to working for dude, I'm on page 10. Began working for Epstein in year 3 in 1990s, in the early 3 1990s? What? Yes, he did. And at the time did blank come to work for Epstein in the Palm Beach. Was Epstein dating Ghislaine Maxwell at that point? What? Not at that time. When did they start dating? I'm so confused. It was a few years before Epstein began dating Maxwell and after started working there. Yes. From what Blank told you, how did Blank work change with Maxwell Rylance team? Blank described Epstein as being more pleasant to work with prior to Maxwell coming to the picture. Once she became into the picture, he said things became more secretive. He wasn't allowed to be in the room with guests, wasn't allowed to talk with them, associate with them. It became a different environment. You talk about some of the rules that were placed changing. What was any rule changes about eye contact once Maxwell began staying in the Palm Beach houses? Yes. Blank wasn't allowed to make eye contact with Epstein and others. What? In general, how do they describe what it was like to work with Maxwell? Also, instead of this COVID message, is this COVID message true? How do you confirm that someone died of COVID? Sorry, just asking. Like, it's a definite they died of COVID. Were they like incredibly old? Did they have a weakened immune system? Is that what killed them? The weakened immune system? No flame. Sorry, I gotta stop with this. Could someone type 100 things in chat so I don't have to look at the stupid COVID message? How did you describe what it was like to work with Maxwell? He said she was very demanding. She was on top of him all the time. He described her as his. Oh, Jeffrey, you didn't. Is that the word he used? That's the word he used. Shifting gears. I want to talk to you about someone else in your interviewed during this investigation. During the course of this investigation, have you participated in interviews with an individual named blankety blank? Yes. So for those purposes, I'm going to refer to her as blankety. Is that okay? Yes. How many times have you interviewed blankety? Approximately 5 times. If you could please jump to the page through the next slides in front of you. Are those photographs of So these are photographs of her? So why couldn't they like have her and whatever like censored? I'm a little confused. Anyone chat got ideas? Just thoughts. Just thoughts. Excuse me, that was incredibly gross. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Understanding is your photographs depict. Okay, is it from your understanding that these photographs depict blank from approximately ages, bro, 13? Yes, it does. Okay, let's take a look at some of those photographs. I'm going to publish the next slide. Is blank date of birth blank? Yes. Are the two photographs of blank? Yes, they are. If you could turn to the second side of the photographs, are these also photos of blank? So is we're talking about this? Okay. Based on your participation in the investigation, are your interviews with blank, where she was living when she was approximately 14? She what? Okay, mother and siblings. I was just gonna say Epstein. Okay. She was living in Palm Beach, Florida. Who was she living with when she was 14? Her mother and her siblings. What was her whole life like at that time? At that time, her father passed away a year prior, so the family was struggling financially and having some difficulties. What did blank father have to do? What did blank father do before he passed away? What was his profession? He was involved in blankety, a blank. What was blank involved in blank? Was blank involved in blank? Yes, she was. Were her siblings? Yes. What kind of blank were they involved in? Singing. She was a singer. Like what kind of singer? Opera. Oh, my bad. Missed a couple. Opera. In the summer of 1994. Is that a song? December? Is that December 19? I don't know. I don't know. In the summer of 1994. How old was Blankety? She was 13. Dude, this is just gross. She was 13 and going on 14. You testified earlier that her birthday is in blank. So she did turn 14 in blank of 94. Yes. What did she do that summer? She attended an arts camp in Interlochen Center for the Arts. That was butchered voice. And is Interlochen Summer of Arts program located in Michigan? Yes. Did Blank meet Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell that summer? Yes, she did. Did she meet them at that summer camp? Yes. What did she tell you about that? She said she said that she was sitting at a picnic table with friends when Epstein and Maxwell walked by. They stopped to talk to her, engaged in conversation, asked if she liked her classes, her teachers. At that point, her conversation at that during that conversation, they found out she was also from Palm Beach and that she liked to and that he said he gives scholarships to students. What the hell? Oof! I get a little lightheaded when I do this. How did they leave the conversation? Oh, oh, oh! Oh, how they do it? Oh, how did they do it? Oh, how did they do it? Oh, how did they do it? How did they do it? Oh, how did they do it? Okay, I'm sorry, but that's not dog abuse, right? He just like I like to make him dance a little. He like to dance a little. Sure, you a good boy. Yeah, I'll put you on the bed. My bad, my bad, my bad. I know. I'm sorry. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. How did they leave the conversation? Was there any contact information exchange? They asked for Blank's phone number. As part of your investigation, have you attempted to gather records to corroborate that Blank, Maxwell, and Epstein were at the summer camp that summer? Yes. If you could turn to the next slide, please. Have you obtained records from the Interlochen for this dude? Okay. Yes. What are we looking on at this slide? This shows who some of the individuals that were present at the camp in 94. On here is blankety blank, blank, and blank. Have you investigated whether Maxwell and Epstein were also okay, okay, Google, shut up. I had to turn off the music. were also at Interlaken summer of 1994 as blank described. Yes. Based on your review of Epstein's records from Interlaken. Oh, where did I get Epstein from? Based on your review of the records from Interlaken. Oh, I read it here. What is your understanding of Epstein's relationship with Interlaken? My understanding was that he was a donor to the school. Did he make any substantial donations? He did. Did he donate to the lodge camp in the summer of 1994? Yes, he did. Did he have a long-standing relationship with the donor at Interlaken? Yes. Turning to the next slide, is this an excerpt of a letter from Interlaken to Epstein? Yes, it is. And does this letter thank Epstein for donating a scholarship lodge? Yes. Does it invite Epstein to visit in August of 1994? Yes. In 1994, did Epstein have a private jet? Yes, he did. Have you obtained the flight logs for that jet? Yes. Do those logs include a passenger list and the airport code for the airports that the plane flew in and out of? Yes. Turning to the next slide, is this a page of the flight logs that you've reviewed? Yes. And on this excerpt of this flight logs where the red arrow is, in that log entry showing an August 18, 1994 flight to an airport with the airport code TVC? Yes. TVC is the airport code for Cherry Capital Airport in Traverse City, Michigan. Yes, it is. Oh, that's a is question. About how far is that airport from Interlaken by car? It's about 25 minutes away, give or take. Where'd she come southern? It's about 25 minutes away, give or take. Who were and who were the listed passengers on this flight? J.E., blankety, and a blank. Turn to the next slide. Is this the same excerpt but just with a different arrow? Yes. Okay, so a few lines down from this, there is a flight out of Traverse City just two later on August 20th, 1994. Yes. And the passenger listed on the flight out to the Traverse City included the initials GM. Yes, they do. Are those Ghislaine Maxwell's initials? Yes. Have you obtained the records from Interlaken to indicate that Maxwell was at Interlaken in 1994? Yes. If we could turn to the next slide, can you please explain for the grand jury what we're looking for on this slide? This was a letter from Interlaken explaining addressed to Maxwell, telling her that they had found an envelope in the lodge that they had been staying in. All right. What? What? I'm sure I read that so wrong. All right. Were we were talking a few months ago about how Blankety described meeting a Maxwell and Epstein at summer camp, and you testified that she provided them with her phone number. Did Blank explain to you whether or not she had any contact with Epstein and Maxwell after she returned home? Yes. When was the next time that happened? Excuse me. Shortly thereafter. And how did that occur? She was invited to her house. So her and her mother went to Epstein's house to visit. Oh, what did Blankety tell you about that visit to Epstein's house with her mother? She said it was. Wait, can you rephrase that? Wait, What did you tell Blankety? What did Blankety tell you about the visit? She said it was. Wait, what did you tell you about the visit? Like, what do you mean? Of course. Did Blankety go to the house by herself or with her mother? Her mother. Okay. When they went to the house, what did they do there? They had tea. Who was there when they had tea at the house? Epstein and Maxwell. What did they discuss when they had tea? They just talked about her life, what she wanted to do. Did Epstein make any offers? He said that he gives scholarships. He likes to mentor people. How did Mother react when Epstein said this? She was happy for her daughter and oftentimes referred to Epstein as blank godfather. After that occasion, they went over to the house. Thereafter, Blankety subsequently regularly spending time with Maxwell and Epstein at Epstein's house in Palm Beach. Yes. And did that start when she was approximately 14? Yes. Did it continue until she was 17? Yes, it did. And during those years, did she regularly go over to Epstein's house in Palm Beach and spend time with Maxwell and Epstein? Yes. What happened in the summer of 97 when she was 17, about to turn 18? She moved to New York City. Why did she move to New York City? She wanted to whoa. She wanted to pursue a career in acting and modeling. We'll talk about that in a moment, but for now, I want to focus on the years you've talked about the Palm Beach. You've talked about in Palm Beach from 14 to 17, when Blankety was regularly when Blankety would regularly go to Epstein's house in the beginning. In the first few months, what did she do there? What kind of things did she do when she would visit the house? They'd hang out by the pool, they would take her to the movies, take her shopping. She described the behavior as grooming. When you say grooming, did she explain what she meant by that? She meant that they were building a relationship with her, giving her things, taking her places. And then usually when their grooming happens, an offender will once gain that trust, they will make the relationship turn sexual. God, the voice is just not it. Now you testify a moment ago. Now you just testified just a moment ago that Blankety described that she felt at the time period that they were grooming her. Is that right? Yes. Is that something that she realized at the time when she was 14, or is that something she described to you now? That's something she's described. That's something she described now. She didn't realize at the time. So we'll just talk a little bit more about grooming in a moment. But just to give context, are you familiar with the term grooming based on your experience investigating crimes involving a sexual exploitation of minors? Yes. Generally speaking, you were in touch on this a moment ago. You were just touching on this just a moment. You were just touching on this there's no just. You were just touching on this a moment ago. But if you just could explain in full, what is grooming? Grooming is when someone builds a relationship with a child. They find a vulnerability or a need in them. They work in gaining a child's trust. Then the voice. And oftentimes gaining a parent's trust. Once they have that trust, they then show that in a ways that they care about them by giving them gifts and promises. Once it's been established, they then turn their relationship sexual. Stop changing the voice? Oftentimes making sexual comments and normalizing the behavior. Now during these visits that you've been describing with Blankety told you about, did Blank say whether Epstein ever gave her anything? Yes, she did. What did he give her? Cash. Sometimes he'd give her cash to her mom because they needed it. I'm not doing the voice if it's just cash. That is a new voice. Epstein Files gone sexual? Buddy, they gone sexual a little bit ago. Is that any of this gross yet though? Do I need to add to a gross counter or there's nothing gross just yet. Um, did she feel like these visits were strange at all? She thought they were strange, but Maxwell normalized it for her. She was like a cool older sister that made comments like this is what grown-ups do. What? You used the phrase cool older sister. Is that the phrase that Blankety used to describe how she felt about Maxwell at the time and about what Maxwell was like? Yes, those are her words. Did there come a time when these visits when Blank saw Maxwell topless by the pool? What? Where are those photos at? What the fuck? Not even that we need them, but like, shouldn't there be something? Um, yes. Actually, I think there already were. What did she tell you about that? She was a little taken aback. She was a little taken aback, but Maxwell just acted normal. Did Blankety tell you about an incident several months ago into this arrangement where she was alone with Epstein in the pool house? Getting uncomfortable with stupid ass gaming chair. I've got a wedgie. Yes. And when they were alone together, did Epstein ask Blanket what she wanted to do with her life? He did. What did she say? She said she wanted to be an actress and a model. How did Epstein respond? He told her that he was best friends with the owner of Victoria's Secret. He told her that he was the best friends with the owner of Victoria's Secret. He told her she would have photograph taken and that she got comfortable to be in her underwear and not to be prude. When she asked what that meant, he meant by whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that what you read already? He pulled her to his lips and masturbated. Jeez. What was her reaction? She felt paralyzed and she froze. After this incident, did blank encounters with Epstein begin to include sexual contact? Yes. Over time, did the sexual abuse escalate? It did. Sorry. Water break. Huh? Wait, what is digitally penetrating? Just asking. I am digitally penetrating you right now. Okay, hold on. Let's add it. Let's add one to the gross counter. One to the gross counter. 25. All right. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Hold on. From what you described, did the abuse include Epstein digitally penetrating blank? Yes. Did it include okay, okay. Anything else before I gotta okay, we'll read next page and then we'll add the gross. From what yes. Did it include Epstein using a vibrator on her? Yes. Did she describe to you that there were times when Epstein would direct blank to massage him while he masturbated? I don't know if I can say that. We might skip that word for now on. Yes. Did blank explain to you what her memories are like of the abuse? Yes. What did she say about it? She said it happened so often that it wait, what? She said that it happened so often that it kinds of run together for her. Oh, Jesus. It's that it's hard to separate out from the different instances of abuse. You were descri- what the hell? You were describing how blank explained to you that the abuse began. Did that occur based on blank told you within the first year that she had met Epstein and Maxwell? Yes. Now, did blank also describe to you that once this abuse started, Epstein would also bring her into this massage room in the house? Yes. And there were times where he did this where there are women present, including Maxwell. Yes. Was blank abused during those episodes? Yes, she was. Did those group encounters, did these group encounters, what were blank and the adult woman wearing? They usually were just in their underwear. Once they were all in the massage room, how would these episodes generally start? They would generally start with one of these girls massaging Epstein. Okay. This is getting this is getting kind of weird. This is getting kind of weird. Oh God, it's really gone sexual. Massage Epstein, feet, teasing the girls, grab one of the girls' breasts, direct the girls what to do. When these episodes would start, what is Epstein lying face down? He's laying face down. Touch your boobs. Touch your boobs. You can't even see it. Like what? What? What would happen as he sings? From what you described, he would then decide about. He would then decide. He would when Epstein would decide what he was kind of done with the regular massage. He would then turn over. He'd grab whichever girl, touch them. Okay. Sex acts. Yes. Intercourse, oral sex. What are you describing about Maxwell's role? Maxwell would sometimes guide the woman to what to do. Yes. What would blank typically do during these episodes? She would try not to look at Maxwell because she gave off that sister vibe, so it felt weird for her. She would try to be invisible in the room. She would just more ignore as much as possible. In the beginning, blank was approximately 14 or 15. Ugh. She would generally begin by just massaging Epstein's feet. Is that what she was told to do? Did you mention that she tried to be invisible? Yes. And over time has described to you that she became more involved with sexual activity. Yes. Were there times Let me rephrase that. How did you touched on this for a moment, but let's just be clear. How did blank describe Maxwell's attitude during this incident? She was very casual. She acted like this was normal. She gave off that vibe to her. Yeah. Did that make her feel more comfortable with that was happening? It did. What was blank sometimes? God, what am I reading? Was blank sometimes fully nude during these episodes? Yes. And during these episodes, did the abuse include Epstein touching blank's breast? Yes. To include directing to touch genitalia? Yes. Beginning blank was approximately 14. Did she begin to travel with Epstein and Maxwell? Yes. What was the property you testified about earlier? The townhouse on the Upper East Side? Yes. When Blank traveled to New York City, she stayed at Epstein's townhouse in New York City. Yes. Did she recall? Oh, yes, she did. Did she recall that Maxwell and Epstein took her shopping on one of the early trips? Yes. Did she remember them buying her anything? Jesus. She recalled them buying her a white cotton underwear. Her description that they were just little girls' underwear. From 14 to 17, did Epstein ask Blank to do periodically fly to New York for the weekend at the townhouse? I'm sorry, say it again. You testified that she began traveling to New York at age 14. Did she periodically travel from New York City in a similar manner from 14 to 17? Yes. Were there times where she traveled through those trips where she flew on the private jet? Yes. Did she sometimes fly commercially? Yes. Was Maxwell present during the trips? Yes. You testified earlier that Blank was sexually abused in Palm Beach. Did she describe to you what also sexually abused on the that she was also sexually abused on the trips in New York? Yes. Did Maxwell encourage Blank to go on these trips? Yes. What does Blank what did Blank tell you about her memory of how those trips were arranged? We're on 28. We're not even halfway. We're almost halfway though. Sorry, quick stretch. This is true acting. No other way to. I mean, I kind of gave up on it, but I'm still reading everything. This takes five ever. She recalled that Maxwell was usually one of the ones that would schedule her flights. If she was flying commercially, she would schedule the flights during calling her mother to schedule. Jeez. What was the general impression of how they were arranged? Yes, was that. Um, in addition to the trips to New York City that you just described, do you also remember traveling once to New York or to New York to New Mexico? Yes. Did she remember whether or not she was sexually abused in New Mexico? She couldn't recall, she couldn't remember. I would say how would you not know, but um I mean how would you not know? But nonetheless. I would just I don't know. Angela, how would blank get to the airport in Florida when she would get to the airport in Florida where she would fly on Epstein's jet? What did she describe to you? Usually a driver. One of Epstein's drivers would pick her up from her house and take her to the airport. Now that you testified earlier that you reviewed flight records for Epstein's private jet, is that correct? Yes. Have you reviewed records from the 1990s to see if there are whether there's a person named blank on the list of records? Yes. Turning to the next slide, is this excerpt from those records? Oh, well, wait, did we kind of miss some of this? Oh, we missed some of the arrows and shit. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, well, we gotta catch up on this. I'm sorry. Epstein talked to Ghislaine on several occasions, but won't express writing a personal gift of gratitude. $200,000 for, oh, this is the lodge they talked about. This is the red arrow that they talked about. Flight logs with like some people on it. Are these the flight logs we're talking about right now? 1990s, November 11th, 1996. Okay, shit, we gotta catch up with 19. Okay, we're right there, we're right there. Very close, everyone, very close. Uh, enclosed is the envelope we recently found in cleaning Epstein's lodge. Apparently, the lodge between the wall and the dresser. It was not discovered until it was moved for cleaning. What was in the envelope? What was in the envelope? Oh my God, I want to know what was in the envelope. I know they talked about that, but they didn't mention anything. Okay, so we're here. Turn to the next slide. Is this except for the records? Where does the red arrow point? And does the red arrow point to? Just one moment. The red arrow point to November 11th. So this is the 11th. 1996. Yes, it does. And does this flight include a flight record that was? Does it reflect that it was a flight from Palm Beach, Florida to Teterboro, New Jersey? Yes. Is there a private airfield in Teterboro, New Jersey? Oh, guys, story time's juicy. Also, if you're the third person in the chat, you better say hello one gosh darn time. Yes, there is. What is it called? Teterboro Airport. Are the passengers listed in this entry JE? First of all, these are the flight list, just FYI. JE, can't read any other things. Larry, we're coming for you. Doofenshmirtz, we're coming for you. We're gonna find you. All right, what is it called? Teterboro Airport. Are the passengers listed on this? Yes, they're listed as JE. Do the entries include blank plus friend, blank, family, child? Well, yes. Was blank based on your awareness of blank date of birth and the date of this flight? Was blank 16 on this flight? Excuse me. Yes, she was. Turning to the next slide. Next slide, next slide, next slide. Okay, 29-minute drive. What are you looking at on this slide? This is directions from Teterboro Airport to Epstein's resident house in Manhattan. So based on your review of this map, some were to fly to Teterboro Airport and travel to New York City, they would they would the most natural route be to travel to Teterboro Airport and crossing into New York through Manhattan? Yes. Yes, it is. And does this show a May 9th, 1997 flight log from New Jersey to Santa Fe, New Mexico? Teterboro to Santa Fe, New Mexico? Ghislaine Maxwell, J.E., and uh, her? Yes. Based on your knowledge of the blank's birthday and the date of this flight, would blank have been 16 on the date of this flight? Yes, she would have. Turn to the next slide. It is also an excerpt of the flight records. Ghislaine, CT, this fucking Glenn, Lucid, Nanny, Evander Black. All people that are really there. Yes. Does this red arrow point to the flight entry on the 19th of May 3rd? On entry on 19? Oh, entry 19 on May 3rd, 1998. I'm almost born then. Yes, it does. Based on the airport codes, does this reflect that there is a flight on that date to Palm Beach, Florida to Teterboro, New Jersey? New Jersey. Yes. And are the passengers listed on the flight JE blank blank GMET Glenn? Oh, here we go. Manny blank blank. Yes. Based on your knowledge of blank's birthday, would blank have been 17? Yes. Am I correct that you testified earlier in addition to some flying on Epstein's private jet, she also traveled on commercial airlines? Yes. Based on your review of the flight logs, does every flight entry list the name on every single passenger, or are there sometimes when a passenger is noted female? There's times where a passenger is noted female. Yep. I'm going to talk to you about two examples of that. I mean, we already saw it. It was like right here. Nope, sorry. It was right here. If you didn't catch it. But I'm going to assume we're going to go to it anyways. Look at slide 18. Oh, now we gotta go to slide 18, this motherfucker. Maybe he didn't go to slide 18. Okay, respect, respect, respect. Well, we already saw it, so we don't need to go back. Does this reflect January 3rd, where J it says JE and two females? Well, we didn't see two females, but you know, you get the gist. And do the two entries below also just list females next to the initials JE? Yes, they do. Turning to the next slide, slide 19. Is this another example of an entry like that? Focusing on the entry on February 12th, 1995. Okay, so can we go to the next slide? No, this is two females. So what is this? Who has financial responsibility? Name of student blank. Grade applied for. I'm sorry, what? Is that just a scholarship? But what is that? It's so weird. Okay, two women. Okay, February 12th, are we there? Yep. Does the entry also say female? Huh? Huh? Does it also say female? One female. Yes, it does. Now that you testified, blank sometimes flew on commercial airlines and that arrangements for her travel were made for her to fly commercially for those trips. Is that right? Yes. Have you been able to obtain commercial flight records? We tried. We were not able to obtain the records. Airlines do not keep records past a certain year. Does blank recall group sexualized messages involving Epstein, and Maxwell in both the New York and Florida residence during the time period we've been talking about? Yes. Also, you testified earlier that the time that Epstein and Maxwell would spend together and the activities that they were involved in during this time period did blank have occasional talks with Maxwell. I'm sorry, can you ask the question again? During the beginning, when she was 14, when did she begin spending time with Epstein and Maxwell? And through the years, did blank often have conversations with Maxwell about her life? Yes. Did they talk about that often? They did. Did Maxwell ask blank about her family and her classes and other aspects of her life? Yes, she did. You testified earlier that just before she turned 18, blank moved to New York City. Is that right? Yes. Did she go to school there in New York City for her senior year? Yes, she did. What school did she go to? She went to blank. What is blank? They cater to individuals who want to pursue careers in the arts. Have you reviewed records from blank? Yes. If you could turn to slide 17, could you please explain to the grand jury what we're looking at here? This is an excerpt from the application to blank. On it, it's allowed whose financially responsibility. Why would you put that before the other shit? So this is this, even though we've skipped way past it. Oh, also, so the slides are also the page numbers. Okay. You live and you learn sometimes. You live and you learn sometimes. One thing the FBI did right. Good job, guys. I still got to go to a different fucking page to cross reference, though. Fuck you guys. Idiots. Stupid fucks. Bastards. Sorry, that was aggressive. Sorry for cussing. Yep. From what told you, did Maxwell encourage Blank to accept financial help? Yes. When Blank moved to New York City, was she also, who was she living with? Mother, brother, and Blank. Did Epstein pay for her rent? He did. During that, dude, he pays for your whole family's rent? What? Senior year of high school, when she was in New York City, did Blank remain in contact with Epstein? Yes. What was the nature of the contact during that period? Still sexually abusing her? Did that continue to occur in his townhouse in Manhattan that year? Yes, it did. What happened at the end of her senior year? She moved to, she moved to LA to pursue her career in acting. Did she get a job as an actress when she was 18? She did. Has Blank lived in LA and worked as an actress on television ever since? So someone's on TV and diddled by Epstein? That's crazy. After she moved to LA, did she continue to be in touch with Epstein for a short time period? Yo, also, if you're this third person, say your gosh darn subscribe or either say who you are. You're pissing me off. Are you the feds, bro? Get out of here if you're the feds. Get out now. Get out. Sorry, I sound crazy. Does your okay? Hold on. Yes. After she moved to LA, was she in contact with Epstein for a short time period? Did she ultimately break contact? Yes. Is blank currently pursuing a civil lawsuit against Maxwell and Epstein estate? Hold on, quick text, quick text, quick text. Sorry, didn't even need to send that text. Um, um, um. Sorry, 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 sorry. Sorry, 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 sorry. Sorry, 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 sorry. Okay, we back, we back, we back. Log in, log in, log in, everyone. Fucking lock in. Why aren't you locked in? Lock in! Lock in. After she moved to LA, which she already did, break contact, absolute current lawsuit, civil lawsuit. Yes. Have you talked with her about whether she was a teenage girl when all this was happening or that she told anyone she was being sexually abused? Yes. She said she didn't tell anyone. She felt like she couldn't. The nothing we talked about outside of that room, nothing was talked about outside of that room. So it made it that so she couldn't talk about it. And then she also, her mother in the middle, is Middle Eastern. Her mother raised her and her mother, and her mother raised her that women are supposed to do what they're told, even if someone is beating you. Bro, okay. Not the case. Not the case. If anyone needs to be told that, that is not the case. That is not the case. Not the case. We'll add that. We'll add that to the point 0.5 gross counter. Point 0.5. Bada boom. Bada bing. Because technically that's not gross. That's just sad. I don't know what you call that. When she was 13, her father passed away. She went to a guidance counselor, and her mother found out about it and smacked her. So she felt like she couldn't. Jesus, she couldn't talk about it to anyone. Did Blank's mother encourage her to accept Epstein's financial assistance? She did. Have you become aware that in 2005, police officers from the Palm Beach department executed a search warrant at Epstein's house at the El Brio Way address in Palm Beach? Yes. Have you reviewed some of the materials seized during the search? Do I have my phone? Yes. Yes, they did. Did they find photographs of blankety blank? Yes. Was one of the photographs signed by blank? Yes, it was. Did it say? I can't even make a joke. Yes. During your interviews with blank, did blank tell you how she felt about Epstein and Maxwell in the 90s when she was a young girl? She did. She expressed she felt that they loved her. She felt like they were her family, that they supported her, and she felt that she made she was made to feel like she needed them. What the fuck? She did. She expressed that she felt like they loved her. She felt like they were her family, that they supported her, and that she felt she was made to feel like that she needed to be grateful to them. Okay. Did she tell you that she felt like that they were trying to help her? Yes. Have you talked with blank about how she feels about it now? Yes. What was blank's demeanor when she described what you and Epstein and Maxwell had done to her? Excuse me, to you. Not what the lady did, but what these two did. She was upset. She recognized that now it's affected her life to a great degree. She struggled in relationships with opening up to people and trusting people, both personal and professional relationships. Did she tell you that she struggled to tell anyone what happened to her for the most part of her adulthood? Yes. When was the first time that you interviewed blank? Last fall. So fall of 19. Was the first time she'd ever reported this to law enforcement? Yes, it was. Now you testified earlier about your interviews with blank blank. Who worked at Epstein's Palm Beach house? Did he remember a girl named Blank coming to the house during that time? Yes, he did. Did he recall Blank, Maxwell, and Epstein being at the Beach house together? Yes. What was his understanding of why Blank was there? He thought that Epstein was helping her That's what Epstein had told him, and that blank had told him that Epstein was helping her. Did he ever observe Epstein interacting with blank physically? Yes. What did he see? He saw Epstein kiss her on the cheek and pat her on the bottom. Did he have any knowledge about what was happening with Epstein or when Maxwell wasn't present? So one of the workers knew, guys. Even my dog's like, look at this guy. He's like, it was them. It was so them. That's so creepy. Do you ever recall, did Blank ever recall picking up from her house? Yes. And when he would pick her up from her house, would he then bring her to Palm Beach house? Yes. Did he, why whenever I put this guy on camera does he leave 3 seconds later? What is wrong with this fool? Did he remember who in general would tell him? Yeah, don't just be looking at me in the hallway. Would he bring her back to Palm Beach's house? Yes. Do you remember who in general would tell him to pick her up from the house? Maxwell would be the one to tell him to pick her up from the house. You got it, man. Did he ever recall driving Blank to the movies? Yes. What did he tell you about that? That it would usually be Epstein, Maxwell, and Blank. They would go to the movies and would generally be late night at night. Did he tell you about did he tell you about his memory? Did he tell you about what his memory was about how old Blank was? What the fuck? Is that words? He said she was young and that he knew because he had picked her up from school that she was too young to drive. Huh? So if he knows that, that's 16. You're to be 16 to drive. What? Switching switching gears. I want to talk. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Switching gears, switching gears. I want to talk to you about the different aspect of your interviews with Blank. Based on, dude, I got a super bad wedgie. Hold up. Uh, uh, We back. Okay. Sorry, I was gonna. She said she was young and that he knew because he had picked her up from school. That Jesus. Okay, switching gears. Not doing that again. I want to talk to you about the different interviews based on what he told you about his different job duties. Were there ever times when he would have to clean Epstein's massage room? Yes. What did he tell you about that? He said he found sex toys in the massage room and he had to wash them afterwards. Huh? Well, so is Epstein saying go find my sex toys? Or that he found them and then he just courteously, out of the goodness of his heart, he had to wash them because he saw them. He found them and he was like, oh my God, I have to wash these. Like, what? What do you mean? So he knew because he had to wash the sex toys after. And he knew these people couldn't drive. So he knew. Guys, he knew. Aside from those experiences, was he aware of there being sex toys in the house? Yes, there was a basket of sex toys that were kept in Maxwell's closet. Did Blank stop working for Epstein in approximately 2002? Yes. Was he told that he was being replaced? Yes. And was he generally aware that the person who was replacing him was much younger? Yes. Did Blank tell you that a few months after he left working for Epstein, he became suicidal because of his issues in his marriage? Yes. Did he tell you that he went to Epstein's house and tried to take Epstein's gun? Damn, Epstein was scrapped like that. Yes, he did. Did he tell you he took several $1,000s? Hey, good for you, buddy. Yes. Did Epstein discover this and confront him about it? Yes, he did. Did Blank admit to Epstein and to the police about what he done? Yes. Did Epstein also tell the police his gun was missing? Yes. Were there any charges filed? No. Was he ever arrested? What? So no charges, no arrest. Did he have to give back anything? What happened? I don't believe so. And did Epstein pursue any charges on this incident? No, he didn't pursue anything. Have you interviewed one of Epstein's former pilots? Yes, a pilot named. Hey, why is he? He's not a victim at all. What the hell? Give me his pilot's name. Was he? You can also find. You can Google what his pilots are. They're not hard to find. I do it, but at this point, we're halfway through the goddamn story, and we still got like 119 pages of another one to go. So we're going to this thing till like 9. I'm gonna assume. Was he one of the pilots for Epstein's private jet? Yes. Did he remember blankety blank traveling on the jet? He remembers her traveling, but don't remember specifics. In your testimony, you don't remember specific dates, but he remembers her traveling. Yes. And did he remember blankety blank specifically as the person who traveled? Yes. Did you discuss with him the flight records that we talked about earlier and list the person's name as passenger? Yes. Did he, did he have a specific memory of those exact flights? No. But he was aware of any other, but he was aware of any other blank flying on the jet besides blankety in the 1990s. No. No other blank at that time. Earlier, when we were looking for interlocking attendance records at summer of 94, you noted that blank was one of the names on that record. Is that right? Yes. Is that blank blank? Yeah, how do you follow who blank blank is and who blank is and who blank 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 is? They should do like numbers. Yes. Have you interviewed blank? Yes, I have. Did he tell you that he remembered blank talking that summer camp, talking at that summer camp and having met Jeffrey Epstein? Yes. Tell you that he remembered blank going over Epstein's house when they were in high school? Yes. Oh, I want to take a dab. That's at high school. Yes. Did you remember that blank would often talk about spending time with Maxwell and Epstein during this time? Yes. Did he fully remember blank telling him when they were in high school about at least one trip to New York City that she took with Epstein? Yes. Did he remember describing Epstein's townhouse in Manhattan? Yes. And does he remember talking often about Ghislaine Maxwell? Yes. Now, based on your interviews with blank, did he tell you he knew back then when they were in high school whether blank was being sexually abused? He didn't know back then. Okay, bro. Did blank ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell? Yes, he did. What did he remember about that? He remembered Epstein, Maxwell, and blank being near a movie theater, and he was approximately 16 at the time. Would have been 15, and blank would have been 15. Just a little bit of just the little bit of interaction they had, and after that, blank had told him that Maxwell had said something to the effect of, "I could teach blank a thing or two." I'll teach you a thing or two. I'll teach you a thing or two. Is that something that he remembers blank telling him back when Maxwell had said? Yes. During the course of this investigation, have you participated with interviews with an individual named blank blank? Yes. Dude, there's so many people. Like, it makes your head spin. Now, does blank? No blank blank. Have they ever met as far as you know? As far as I know, no. Turning to the next slide, are these photographs of blank when she was in high school? Okay, these are the photos of high school, we got to assume. Yes, and is her date of birth blank? Yes. When blank was approximately 16 and a junior in high school, where was she living? She was living in Arizona with her mother. Does she have any siblings? Dude, I still have a wedgie. This is killing me. Does she have any siblings? An older sister. What did her older sister do? Lived and worked for Epstein. Where did where did she work for Epstein? Here in New York. Did there come a time in 1995 where Blank had a phone conversation with her sister traveling? What did they discuss? They discussed her coming to New York and meeting Epstein. Dude, this is like the same convo. Is this the same girl over and over and over again? Because they helped her with college, help her mom move in, like the same shit. We've done this story 10 times. Sister tell you about why she would meet Epstein, could help her with college, and did she say whether the sister wanted her to meet Epstein or whether Epstein wanted to meet blank? Epstein wanted to meet blank. Now, let me just pause here. You testified that this happened approximately December 95. Just for context, the years that we were talking about with blank, was that 94 through 97? Yes. So this is approximately the same time period while you described blank telling you happened. What? So in 96, did blank fly to a commercial airline to New York City to spend a weekend with her sister and meet Jeffrey Epstein? Yes. Did she tell you that? Yes. During the trip, did blank tell you that she met Epstein at the townhouse in New York City? The word in between that was in. Yes, she did. Did she tell you that Epstein discussed her plans for college applications and offered to help her? Yes. Was Blank's first impressions of Jeffrey? What was Blank's first impression? She was very impressed by him. What did she? What were her impressions? Jesus, come on, come on. I'm a little taller than that. What was her impressions based on this conversation with Epstein? What was going? What was her impressions based on this conversation of what Epstein was going to do for her? He's going to help her with her future plans for college. Did Epstein during that? What the hell? During that trip to New York City, did she stay at Epstein's townhouse or at her sister's apartment? Her sister's apartment. During that trip, did she tell you that she saw Epstein a second time when he took Blank and her sister to the movies? Yes. Did she tell you what happened at the movies? She said they were sitting in the theater and Epstein was between Blank and her sister and Epstein put his hand on her leg. Hold on. Just for memes. Can I do this? Solely just, solely just. Do I do this? I'm doing this. Fucking, here's chat. You want to chat? Go chat. Wait, does it show up? No, it's blocked by my face cam. Okay, hold on. So now I gotta be above my chat? Like, really? Can you even see the damn chat? It ain't fucking worth it. Hell no, it ain't worth it. Hell no, you can't even see it. Go back to your damn spot. Nice try, though. Maybe I'll put chat on the screen later, because this shit can get really boring. Someone wants to come in here and just say some bullshit, they can go right ahead. And then it'll pop up on screen. Did she tell you that Epstein for a second time when he took her to sister's movie? Wait. During that trip, did she tell you that she saw Epstein a second time when he took her and her sister's movie? Yes. What did she tell you that happened in the movies? They were sitting in the theater. Epstein was between her and her sister, and hand on her leg, rubbed her arm, held hands with her. Felt like her sister couldn't see. She was uncomfortable. After the movie, did she tell her sister what had happened? No, she didn't. Did she say why not? She said that she knew blank. Her sister really liked Epstein and that Epstein could help them, so she didn't tell her. After this trip, did blank go home to blank? Did Epstein contact them her afterwards? Yes. Did he discuss with her ongoing college plans? Did he invite her to have a weekend at his ranch in New Mexico? Yes. She was 16? Yes, she was. From what she told you, what was blank impression of what would be this trip to New Mexico? To New Mexico. She knew Maxwell would be there. Did she? Was she told anyone else was going to be present during this trip? She said that there would be like other students her age, kids her age, other students her kids her age. What the hell? And was her understanding of whose these kids were and why they'd be there. Sorry, let me rephrase. You testified that she was told on this trip that there would be other students. Was she under the impression that there would be young students like her on the trip who were also being mentored by Epstein? Yes. You just You testified just a moment ago she also told Maxwell would be there. Are you referring to Ghislaine Maxwell? At the point she told that Ghislaine would be on this trip, had she ever met Ghislaine? No, she hadn't. That's what's killing my voice. Okay. Holy shit. I'm fading doing the Alex Jones voice. I'm fading doing the Alex Jones voice. Can't even say Ghislaine anymore. We only have 17 more pages. Fuck. No, she hadn't. Had her sister Dr. Ghislaine Maxwell. How did, from what she described to you, how did her expectation that Maxwell would be on this trip make her feel about the trip? Made her comfortable. Her sister had talked highly of Maxwell. Did Blank tell you that she flew to New Mexico? That trip when she was 16? Yes. Did she meet Ghislaine Maxwell when she arrived in New Mexico? Yes, she did. How did she describe Maxwell's demeanor and attitude when she met her? Describe her Maxwell being very charming. When she gave her a tour of the house, Maxwell took Blank shopping, which made her feel special. What does she remember talking about with Ghislaine Maxwell? She talked about school, homework, trips. Did she talk about applying for college? Yes. Did she talk about her classes in high school? Yes. Did she talk about her home about the homework that she had to do that weekend? Yes. Did she talk with Maxwell about her family? Yes. Did you talk with her about her home life and living with her mother? Yes. From what Blank told you when she got there, who else was the ranch besides Maxwell and them? It was just them. Was it just the three of them the entire weekend visit? Yes. Were there any other school kids there? No. When they were at the ranch, from what Blank told you, did Maxwell say anything about the massages? Yes. Did she say anything to her about foot massages? Yes. What did Blank tell you about that? Maxwell told Blank to give Epstein a foot massage, and then she showed her and instructed her how to do it. Blank was a little uncomfortable, but Maxwell was joking around, so she just followed her lead. Did Blank tell you that Maxwell and Epstein took her to the movies that weekend? Yes. What did she tell you about that trip? She said when they went outside the theater, Maxwell was joking around and pulled Epstein's pants down a little bit. And then they went inside the theater. Epstein, when they were sitting down, touched Blank's leg, rubbed her arm, held her hand, and this time, Blank felt he wasn't trying to hide it from Maxwell. Okay, gross. Was Blank's reaction to all of this? She was uncomfortable. During the same weekend, there was another occasion when Maxwell talked about massages. Yes. What happened? Maxwell had asked Blank if she'd ever had a massage, and Maxwell told her she could give her one. So Blank was on her back, and Maxwell had pulled the sheet down, exposing her chest. She was nude from the top up and proceeded to massage around her chest, the breast area. From Blank, from what Blank told you, when she was describing to you what you just described to the grand jury, how did she feel when this was happening? She felt really uncomfortable. Yeah, no shit. One of my assistant managers doesn't believe this could be real. Believe COVID is real? Oh, hey, there we go. Um, that's funny. That's funny. Did it also tell you about an incident that happened one morning when she was in New Mexico? Yes. What did she tell you? What did she tell you happened? What did she tell you? Oh, what did she tell you happened? She said she was in bed with Epstein, came into the room and told her that he wanted to cuddle. So he laid down next to her and spooned her. She told him she had to go to the bathroom to get out of the situation. What was her reaction to that when Epstein got into her bed? She was uncomfortable, didn't know what to do. Did Blank go back home? To Blank Did Blank go back home to Blank when the weekend was over? Yes, she did. Did she tell anyone she got home what happened? No. Is that for the same reason you described earlier? Yes. Did Epstein end up paying to go on the trip to Thailand that summer? Yes. Did Blank have any contact with Messel and Epstein after that trip? Not that she recalled. When you interviewed Blank, what was her demeanor like when she described her interactions with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell? She became upset, emotional. Is Blank currently pursuing a civil lawsuit? Yes. What does blank do for a living? Now she's a psychologist and work with trauma victims. Wow, that's deep. No, no, I was making COVID jokes. At the beginning of all of this, she was wearing a mask and they had her take it off. So I was saying that people wanted this person and everyone to die in the courtroom because they made her take off her mask. I was just being stupid. Um, yeah. Sorry, a little sidetrack. During the course of this investigation, have you interviewed someone named blank? Yes, for today's purposes, I'm going to refer her as blank. How many times have you interviewed blank approximately? Approximately slide. Turning to the next slide, this a photograph of blank that provided to you. So I'm assuming maybe this is the photo, so the other photo was the other photo. They only provide one photo. And did she tell you that this photo was taken when she was approximately 16 or 17 years old? Yes. Did blank grow up in England? Yes. Did she tell you that there came a point when she met Ghislaine Maxwell when she was about 17? Yes. How did she tell you that they met? Oh, so I guess there is a mention of COVID. Not actually, but it's because there's like plexiglass and they're wearing a mask and stuff. So technically COVID is in just COVID era because this is 6/29/2020. Sorry, so sidetracked. COVID is not important right now. She said they met through a mutual friend. Did she tell you this would have happened in around 1994 or 1995? Yes. And is that one in the same time period we've been talking about today? Yes. What happened after she was introduced to Ghislaine Maxwell from what she told you? She said Ghislaine Maxwell treated her like they were sisters. She was Her quote was like naughty schoolgirls is how Maxwell treated her. Did she tell you that Maxwell seemed to immediately take interest in her? Yes. And just to be clear, was Maxwell in her 30s while this was happening? Yes. Did Maxwell did blank ever remember Maxwell ever talk about having a boyfriend named Jeffrey Epstein? Yes. What did she tell blank about that? Maxwell told blank that Epstein was going to like her. Did there come a time when she was 17 that Epstein described what the hell? Sorry. So much age stuff. Did there come a time when she was 17 that blank described that Maxwell introduced her to Epstein? Yes. How did she describe that occurring? Epstein had flown to London. He was at Maxwell's residence in London. Maxwell had called blank over, so blank went over. When she got there, Maxwell was saying to Epstein kind of the words used to giving him a resume of a tribute. She's saying she was so pretty, she was so strong. And then Maxwell asked her to give Epstein a massage. Now you testified just a moment ago that blank described to you that Maxwell asked her to give Epstein a massage for the first meeting. Is that correct? The first meeting, bro? What the fuck is this? Did Maxwell say to her in substance, since you're so strong, I'd appreciate if you'd give Jeffrey Epstein a massage. He needs a massage every day, or I get in trouble? Yes, she said that. Huh? Is that what she said to you in substance? Yes. When that happened, did blank remember Maxwell leading her into a room in the house? Blank. Jesus. Yes, what happened? When blank went into the room, Epstein was in a robe, took off his robe, she started massaging him. Then he touched blank and pulled her hand to his penis. Great. What does blank remember Epstein when he did this? Don't be frigid. Hey Alec, don't be frigid. She was taken aback by it. What was her reaction to this happening? Would she tell you she's taken aback by it? When this episode ended and blank left the room, did she tell you that she remembered Maxwell being outside the room when she left? Yes. Did she remember Maxwell saying to her, "Did you have fun? Did you like it?" Yes. Did she remember Maxwell calling her several days afterwards, or a short period after? Yes, she did. Did blank remember Maxwell saying to her on the phone in some substance, "Well, aren't you clever, girl?" Jeffrey was very impressed. What? Shortly after this incident, did she remember Maxwell asking her to come back? Yes. When she got there, do you remember Maxwell saying to her in substance, "Thank God you're here. If you're not, or some of it falls on me"? Yes. Hold on. A bit of a development in the case. Is this not a development in the case? So if she doesn't get, is this just made up, or I want to know what happens if she doesn't get the massage? Like, does Maxwell get the boot? Like what? Interesting. Just interesting. Maxwell bringing her up the stairs. Yes, she did. What does she remember happening to Maxwell when opened the door? Epstein was standing there nude. Ew. Does she remember Maxwell then saying, "I'll leave you guys to it"? Yes. That's so crazy. That is so fucking crazy. I'll just leave you guys to it. Yes, after these two encounters, did Epstein and Maxwell invite Blank to travel with them to Palm Beach for the next several years? Yes, they did. Does she remember whether these trips began before or after her 18th birthday? She couldn't remember. Before these trips started, were you describing earlier when Blank told you about the time that she had spent with Maxwell and when they first met when she was 17? Is that right? Yes. During these conversations, when she would spend time with Maxwell, do you remember talking with her about her life, her family, and her personal circumstances with Maxwell? Yes. Now you testified a moment ago that Blank told you that at some point she began traveling with Maxwell and Epstein. She wasn't sure whether or not these trips started before she turned 18. Is that right? Yes. Did Blank describe to you that Epstein sexually abused her during these trips, typically in the context of sexualized massages? Yes, he did. Did Epstein give her money? Yes. Did she tell you that he would give her cash? Yes. Did she describe to you that abuse included other things? Groping her, include using massages on her? Yes. And was the massager device like a vibrator? Yes, it was. From what Blank told you, Maxwell in the room during the encounters, Maxwell wasn't in the room. Did she tell you typically what would happen? Did she tell you typically what would happen? Blank left the room these episodes. Was Maxwell typically nearby? Yes, she was usually right near the room. Does she remember Maxwell asking her after she leave the room how it was? Was she happy? Yes. Did she also tell you she remembers telling her at some point, you know how he is when he's not happy, and you know what makes him super happy? He has to have sex all the time. He's a superhero. Yeah, she said, what the fuck? What the fuck? Did Blank tell you about an incident that occurred when she turned 18? Yes. Did that include or involve a schoolgirl outfit? Um, ban me or not? I don't fucking know, dude. This is the files. We're gonna kind of speed run it. I don't want to get too gross. We're gonna okay. We'll just get ready for the gross counter. Maxwell showed her the bedroom, schoolgirl outfit. Maxwell told her Blank confronted her. Wait. There's a schoolgirl outfit. Maxwell told her when Blank confronted her about it. Maxwell said, well, I thought it would be adorable if you gave Jeffrey his tea in this. So Blank felt like she had to put it on. So she put it on, took Epstein his tea, slapped her ass, reached under her skirt. What was her demeanor? She was crying. She was very upset. When Blank described seeing the schoolgirl outfit and talking to Maxwell, did she remember Maxwell telling her, don't be so frigid. What the hell? That's their line? That's their one-liner? Yes, doesn't she remember that later in the day after she delivered Epstein tea, he assaulted her? I heard you did well. Yes. During the years that it's so gross. During the years that was in contact with Maxwell and Epstein, did she remember whether Maxwell would ever ask her if she knew other girls that could massage Epstein? Yes. Does she remember Maxwell saying in some, do you know anyone who can give him a blowjob today? I don't feel like it. Yes. Does she remember? Oh, so she what? What? When she asked to bring her other girls, did they have to look young at least? Yes. From her conversations with Blank, did she tell you whether or not she ever brought any girls? She didn't bring any other girls. Did she tell you why not? She didn't want anyone else to go through that. From her interviews with Blank, did she tell you there came a time where she was in her early 20s when she stopped traveling with Maxwell and Epstein? Yes. She was struggling with substance abuse at this point. She got sober in her 20s. What was her current profession? A non-profit for people who struggle with addiction and trauma. Did Blank provide you with several emails she exchanged with Epstein in the early 2000s? Yes. Were those emails in friendly tone? Yes. What did she say to you when you talked about the emails? She said she didn't at that time want to acknowledge that what was going on to her. Looking bad is different. Looking back, it's different. Did your squad at the FBI execute a search warrant on the house? Did you personally participate in the search? Oh, this is the FBI agent. For some reason, I thought this was the girl. Did the townhouse include a massage room? Yes. Have yourself been in the room? Could you please describe the room? It was dark. Draperies covering the windows. There was a massage table. There was oils, handheld massagers, along with handcuffs, whip. Along with the walls were nude photographs of young females. I believe you testified at that moment. Oh, excuse me. A moment ago that blank told you that there was a time when Maxwell asked her to wear a schoolgirl outfit for Epstein when they were in Palm Beach. Did you find a schoolgirl outfit in Epstein? Oh my God, that was the schoolgirl outfit. It was in the room next to the massage room. Yeah, it was in that fucking. That was in the that was in the sex toys and everything above it. Yep. I don't know if I saw a butt plug, but I saw this. We saw that. Three minor girls today. Is that right? Yes. Have you reviewed Exhibit One? Um, any obvious Exhibit Ones? Any obvious Exhibit Ones? Any obvious Exhibit Ones? Grand jury? Exhibit One? Is this Exhibit One? Dude, are we cooking today? Guys, am I actually him? So is this supposed to be an indictment? So I think, oh, this is sealed indictment. Oh, okay. Have you reviewed the proposed indictment marked grant? Okay. Is blank the individual referred to this? Is blank to the victim to blank? Yes. Okay. So charges, sexploitation, multiple minor girls, 1994 to 1997. Maxwell assisted, facilitated, contributed these abuse, groom, abuse to be under 18. Some of them were 14, groomed, abused. Certain victims under the and they both knew who certain victims were in fact under 18. As a part, their scheme to abuse minors. Entice caused minor victims to travel with his residents. Maxwell knew and would intended would result in their grooming for subject to exploitation or sexual abuse. Moreover, factual background. Okay. Factual background. Here we go. During the time period, Ghislaine, the defendant, had a personal and professional relationship with Epstein. In particular, between and about 1994 to 97, Maxwell was an intimate relationship with Epstein. Wait, so during this time? How? Even though she wasn't doing it. Okay, but then she was saying she would have to do it, so this was real. Okay. And was paid by Epstein to manage his various properties. Over the course of their relationship, Maxwell and Epstein were photographed together on multiple occasions. There's one. Beginning 94, groomed girls to do sex acts, um, befriend them, asking about their lives, schools, family, spend time building friendships, taking minors to the movies or shopping. We already got all that, spending time with minors. At least it's only 18 pages, so we'll get through this. We can close this, and then we're moving along with a lot of stuff here. Having developed a rapport with the victims, Maxwell would then try to normalize sexual abuse, among other things, discussing sexual topics, undressing in front of the victims, being present when either victim was undressed, or being present for the sexual acts involved. So they weren't there, but they were there. But I guess you're just outside the room. Is that what they're saying? Involving the minor. Maxwell's present during the minors' victims' interactions, including interactions where the minors were undressed, involved sex acts. Help put the victims at ease because an adult woman was present. Some instances, Maxwell would massage Epstein in front of a minor. Maxwell encouraged the minor to provide massage to Epstein, including sexualized massages, in which a minor would be fully or partially nude. Gross. Just add it. Just add it. Where's the stupid counter? We're going like 28. I'm sure I missed one. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. All right. Yep. Offered minor victims by paying travel, education, encouraged victim to accept assistance. As a result, feel indebted through this process. Entice victims to engage in some instances would be present and participate in the sexual abuse of minor victims, which include the concept of massages which she developed into sexual encounters, facilitated access, knew he liked underage girls, intended to engage sexual activities with the victims, touching breasts. Yep. Yep. Maxwell's victims, facilitated access to minor victims, among other things, including enticing and aiding and abetting the inducement and enticement of multiple victims. Victims are groomed, including the following: multi-story private residence, which we've seen a million times. The three other homes. Personal residence in England that Maxwell has that we've never seen before. Among the victims included or enticed by Ghislaine Maxwell. 1, 2, and 3. So everyone we're discussing here. Gosh, we're really doing this whole fucking thing. In particular, and during the time period relevant to this indictment, Maxwell engaged in one of the following acts. Other acts with respect to the minors. Maxwell met minors Victor 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 14 years old, subsequently interacted with minor 1 on multiple occasions, knowing minor victim 1 was under the age of 18 at the time. During those interactions, which took place between approximately 94 and 97, groomed minor 1. Thank God. Why have I only done minor 1, 2, and 3? Again, this makes it so much easier. To engage in sexual acts with Epstein through multiple means. First, Maxwell attempted to befriend them. We already did all this bullshit. Yep. Maxwell was involved in a group sexualized massage of Epstein. During those group sexualized massages, would engage in sex acts with Epstein. Epstein both encouraged minor 1 to travel residences. As a result, victim 1 was sexually abused in a bunch of places. Tries to travel across state line for the purpose of sexual encounters. Maxwell was aware victim 1 after minor was aware minor victim 1 after minor victim 1 traveled, including the context of sexualized massages. Victim 2 on at least one occasion, 94, or excuse me, 96. Oh, I'm really fading now. I got 10 more pages of this, and then I don't even know how many more pages I got of the other shit. And then I got 119 and a bunch of photos and shit. Oh, lock the fuck in, everybody. Um, on at least one occasion, New Mexico, new minor victims, age of 18. Flown to New Mexico, Epstein. Maxwell knew the minor victim 2 and under the age of 18 at the same time. Victim 2. Victim 2 to the movie, shopping, classes, groom, an unsolicited massage. She was topless. Massage Epstein. Victim 3. Victim 3's life. Encouraged to give it massages, sex acts. Requested massages, sexually abused, multiple occasions. Under the age of 18, Maxwell's effort to conceal the conduct. Deposition as part of civil litigation. Ghislaine Maxwell repeatedly provided false or perjurious statements under oath regarding abuse, including specific events, statutory allegations. willingly knew. 94 was under the age of 18, participated in multiple sexual encounters. In or about 96, multiple sexual abusing her for the purposes of sexually abusing her. That's the text line above. In 96, minor the victim 2, under the age of 18, massage in New Mexico. Victim 3, age of 18, provides massages in London. Count 2, 94 to 97. This is just counts. I don't give a fuck about the counts. They're all the same. I'm gonna fall asleep if I count 6, grand jury charges. Paragraph 1. Um okay, so then this is her giving false testimony. Whoa, okay, hold on. This is funny. Were you aware of the presence of sex toys? No. Do you know whether possess sex toys? No. Other than yourself and the blonde and brunette, you have identified as been involved in a three-way. Who did Mr. Epstein have sexual activities with? I wasn't aware that he was having sexual activities with anyone when I was with him other than myself. What? I want to be sure I'm clear. This is your testimony. Not having sexual activities is my testimony. That is correct. Is it your testimony that you've never given anyone massages? That you've never gave minor to a massage is your testimony. Okay, we'll put her in jail. Oh wait, she is in jail. What the hell? During all of this, oh my god, so we got 11 more pages of this. During all of Maxwell's interaction with the victims, when they were underage girls, based on the time frame and your knowledge, was she 30? Yes. Just one moment. I'm not doing all the noises. Switching gears. Have you become aware that in 2016 Maxwell gave sworn testimony? Yes. Could you please explain to the grand jury what is a deposition? Statement made under oath. In the course of civil litigation, it is common for a witness in the party to give a lawsuit deposition under oath where they testify about the substance of the case. And is the deposition testimony live and in person under oath? Yes. Is a court reporter there? Yes. Now, before we talk about Maxwell's deposition, I want to talk with you about the lawsuit the testimony was about. Have you been aware of the 2015 individual named Blank filed against Maxwell? Yes. Suing Maxwell for defamation. Was the lawsuit captioned blank blank against Maxwell, a docket number blank blank here in Southern District of New York? Yes. Generally speaking, in broad strokes, what was the lawsuit about? I need water. That's what it was about. I don't know if this is real, but it says I had 11 views on the stream. Were they the same person? I don't know. But if 11 different people tuned in, pretty fire. Generally speaking, in broad strokes, what was the lawsuit about? What was the claim that Blank was bringing against Maxwell? Blank had started that she'd been sexually abused by Epstein and Maxwell as a minor. Maxwell came forward publicly. Let me close my door real quick. Called her a liar. So Blank sued her for defamation. Miss Blank. So just a small legal instruction on this topic, ladies and gentlemen. I instruct you that the allegations in this lawsuit are not being presented to you in the evidence as evidence that those incidents occurred. I instruct you that you should not consider these allegations for their truth. Instead, the circumstances of this lawsuit are be presented to you. That you consider the context of the case and the circumstances under which Maxwell made the statements under oath. Turning back to the deposition, did Maxwell's deposition take place over 2 different days? Yes. On both days did she give her testimony in Manhattan? Yes. Is that where the deposition took place? Yes. Was she sworn under oath? Yes. If you could flip through the remaining slides, do those slides contain true and accurate excerpts of the transcript? Yes. Turning to slide, the first deposition that took place. Okay, here we go. Here we go. First deposition that took place. Yes. Does it have the cape caption on it? Yes. Turn to the next slide. Did Jeffrey Epstein have a scheme to recruit underage girls for sexual massages? Mr. Paglucia? Objection to the Foreman Foundation. If you know, I don't know what you're talking about. Is he just so he could he just mean he had to ask if you know did not did you like did you know if Epstein had not did Jeffrey Epstein is that what the question he had to ask, that's why he was able to object? I don't understand that. Interesting though. Yes, I imagine the grand jury can't read it from their seats, so if you could read it with me. I'll read the question and if you could read the answers. Jeffrey Epstein have a. Yep, we already read this. If you know, I don't know what you've gone to class. Just to be clear, with the questions and answer, the answer the answer here Maxwell's testimony. Yes, just to be clear, you testified earlier that blank participated in sexualized massages with Epstein and Maxwell. Is that right? Yes. And blank was a minor when that occurred. Yes. And you also testified earlier that blank told you that Maxwell asked her to give Epstein massages when she was a minor. Yes. If you could turn to the next slide, please. This is another excerpt from the same deposition. I've been going for 2 hours. I should have stopped at fucking 5. This is also dataset 6. If I didn't put it in the title, but just letting you know, this is also dataset 6. Is there another excerpt from the same deposition? Yes. All right. Okay. Excerpt from the same deposition. Was all the people under age of 18 that you interacted with at any properties? I'm not aware of anyone I interacted with other. Wait. I'm not aware of anybody that I interacted with other than obviously blank, who was 17 at this point. Why is that a question mark? Just to be clear, you testified earlier 2 girls under age 18 interacted with Maxwell. Yes, and those individuals were blank and blank. Who told you that? Correct? Yes. Turn to the next slide. Is this cover page? I have 100 more pages to go. I'm gonna murder myself. Uh, Turn to the next slide. This is cover transcript. Okay. Next slide. Yep. Okay. Then we're just gonna go there. Testimony. Okay, well we don't have too much. We don't have too much. And again, Maxwell giving part of the testimony under oath. Can you please turn to the next slide? Excerpt. There are 2 excerpts from that deposition. Again, I'll read the questions. Let's get the questions before she reads it. I just like that. Were you aware of the presence of sex toys or devices used in sexual activities? Dude, I asked for some fried rice. If my sister brought me home some fried rice, I'm gonna be forever indebted. I'm gonna chow down and just read. But I don't think we got any fried rice. I think I'm starving for tonight. Were you aware of the presence of sex toys or devices used in sexual activities in the Palm Beach house? Objection to the Foreman Foundation. No, not that I recall. Why is he just objecting to everything, but then they're able to answer? Do you know whether Mr. Epstein possessed sex toys or devices used in sexual activities? Mr. Pagliuca? Objection, no. Other than yourself and the blonde and brunette, yep, we already said that. I want to be sure that I'm clear. You were not, yep. Let's just, okay. Just to just tie that down, is your testimony that you've never given any massages? I have not given anyone a massage. You never gave Mr. Epstein a massage. Is that your testimony? That's my testimony. You never da, 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 da. Great. Great. In fact, we can close this now. Holy shit, that feels kind of good. Remove the presence of sex toys. Objection to the lawyer. Yep, no one cares. We've already read all this. Yep. Just to be clear, told you that they found sex toys in the massage room. Also, it seemed Maxwell had a basket of sex toys in the closet. Is that correct? Yes. Is that correct? You testified. Yep. Yep. And did you also testify blank? Told you that he did. Yep. Yep. Also testified that sex toys were found by the police. Yep. And you also testified earlier that if I found sex toys. Yep. 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 In the townhouse. Please turn to page. These are all excerpts from the same deposition. Yep. 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 Have you reviewed the Okay. This is my testimony. Have you reviewed the deposition transcript in full? Now the excerpt we just read has the reference to a blonde and brunette. Are those the individuals completely different from the individuals we've been talking about? Yes. Just to be clear, that is correct that you testified earlier and that you told Epstein sexually abused them repeatedly. Is that correct? Yes. And did you also testify earlier that Maxwell occasionally present during the abusing based on what you know, or what she told you? Yes. So much reading. This is probably the most I've ever read in forever. Yes, that's correct. During the next slide, turning to the next slide, also same deposition. I'm sorry. Turning to the next slide on this page, same deposition. Let's just tie that down. Just to be clear, you testified earlier. Maxwell gave a massage in New Mexico. Yes. Have you told the grand jury everything that you know about this case? Yes, I just answered the questions you asked. Why did they have to ask this? That's very interesting. Why could you then just be like, tell us everything you know about this case? I don't understand that. And when you testified about the document, conversation, your just exact words, the substance of the document is the substance. The substance? Are you willing to return to the grand jury? Yes. You're excused. Holy shit, it's done. 8 pages, 119, 7, 4, 28, 78. Are we gonna do this? Are we really gonna do this? Hey, it's my birthday! What was I doing here? I was in college. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Miss Blank, let the record reflect that there were 17 grand jurors present. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Blank, and I am the Assistant United States Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Everyone can hear me. I am present for your consideration and proposed superseding indictment charging Ghislaine Maxwell on 6 counts. This indictment is virtually identical to the indictment that you returned to last week, except corrects two typographical errors, which contains the perjury charges. Okay, we pretty much read this, I'm very sure. Um, yeah, we've kind of read this. We've actually, this is just the thing where they like do the clerical error. Yeah, they pull it up in the Elmo. But again, I don't understand this. I should maybe read it. But at the same time, I don't understand how she's not charged for perjury. Did we miss something? Like, is it saying that she gave the... Alright, fuck all that bullshit. That was just nothing. That's such nothing. 119. Oh, Lord. Would you please state your name for the record? Detective Blank. Detective Blank, where do you work? New York City Police Department. I'm so hungry now. We're doomed. Police department. Please keep your voice up. Speak slowly. Can you pull the microphone towards you that everyone can in this big room can hear you? He works at the New York City Police Department. He's a detective for 15 years. Task Force for Children. Does CP and all that stuff. 3 years. Been involved with Epstein. Spoke to law enforcement. Have you reviewed reports? Yeah. Will your testimony today be in part of documents you've reviewed? Yeah. Hearsay. Hearsay evidence. Over the course of your investigation. Grand jury. Hold on, I gotta get a snack real quick. I'm slouching. We're getting deep. We are getting deep. Oh, oh, let me mute too. Oh no. Be right back. All right, we back. We back. Sorry, sorry. I know no one wants to see that shit. I'm sorry. Um, detective over the course of your investigation as another member of the FBI. Has another one testified. Um, okay, grand jury exhibit 3. Okay, at least we can kind of go through this at the same time. That's exhibit 2. This is exhibit 3. What the hell? Okay, we already read all that. We're just gonna close it. We actually know all of that. That was literally just the first thing we read. What a piece of shit. I got crumbs all over myself now. These chocolate pies are so crummy. Okay, do you recognize it? Was this a fair and accurate testimony given by the agent? Yes. I'd like to I'd like to read back a portion of the transcript. What's your title? Special Agent, FBI, blah blah blah. There's where they say the kids stuff. Have you participated in the investigation? Yes. Sorry, I'll spare you for my chewing for a little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm okay. I was just pretending to talk while I was chewing. I was being silly. Um, blah 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 blah. Have you spoken to other people, including law enforcement? Yes. Have you reviewed reports regarding the case? Is your testimony today based on those conversations and documents you reviewed? Yes. Stepping out of the read back. At this point, the AUSA provided the same hearsay instruction to all the grand jury at that time. Same instruction applies. Thank God you don't have to say it. Replays some PowerPoint. Grand jury exhibit 2. We're entering into the record. Do you recognize this? Did I already close 2? Okay, grand jury exhibit 2. Is this the same bullshit? Watch them not censor one of the things though. If they didn't, we will just close this and move on with our life. Okay, same shit. Look, we're slowly going through these files, just trickling down the files. So only 113 more pages of this. Also, what's up, person number 3? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am, dude. You have no idea how excited for Cars and Coffees I am tomorrow. What sucks though is I have to figure out what time the car wash opens because I gotta wash my car before it. Now that I'm a big timer. 2, I gotta get there earlier. Well, I gotta get there exactly once the car wash opens because I gotta get there as early as possible because I gotta get there before all the cars show up so I can get the cars coming in. And then as cars come in and the parking lot kind of gets full, then I'll start walking around. Because like just as I turned off my live, everyone started leaving, and I still needed to get my Polaroids, so I only got like how many Polaroids did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, literally 7. So I need to get more photos, and I want to get more videos for the shorts and all that bullshit. But yeah. And again, that's like my most viewed live. 6, 7, and again, yeah. It was so fun to do. I need to get something to hold my phone. I'll see if I can do that before everything, but I doubt I'm gonna get that before I need to wash my car and everything. Okay, but fuck all that. What is this? PowerPoint presentation, testifying today. Yep, we all saw it. First slide, we already know it's Epstein. We know it's Ghislaine. Then it's like the people in it. We know who Ghislaine is. She was born in France. She's 58. Generally speaking, you have learned the relationship. They had a romantic relationship. We know that was his home. Describe the property. It's the biggest place in the freaking world. We'll talk more about that later. They are talking about the massage room, waterfront estate. This is literally the same thing. House ran smoothly, like the 5-star hotel. Okay, so because this is all the same shit we've already read, I'm gonna do a couple skips. Okay, well, we went too far. Flick. 13 photos, 2 photographs. Blank, blank. Based on the participation in the investigation, was she living with approximately 14 years? Yep. Okay. Yep. Singer, yep. Ghislaine, yep. She said she was sitting at a picnic table. Okay, we did already read that. Phone number, summer camp. Next slide. Interlochen summer. Individuals are present at the camp. Yeah, we saw that shit. He didn't donate the lodge. We saw that. Donate the next slide. Dude, they just included the whole 77 pages? I mean, it's good, but it's not good. Hanging out by the pool. We already read all that bullshit. Okay, is this done then? This kind of looks like it's done. Grooming. Testified. Grooming her, is that right? Something she realized? No, she realized it later. We'll talk a little bit more about grooming. We already talked about grooming. Yep, and they literally described grooming. Gave her cash for it. Stop being so frigid. Paralyzed. Digitally penetrating. Aaron, if you're still here, I'm gonna digitally penetrate you. Alec, same thing. I'll do the same thing to you. Act up. Act up in my chat. See what happens. Group encounters. Women wearing in their underwear. Yup. Been there, done that. If you want to see me read any of this, go back 2 hours. I started this whole shit. Is Supimo here? I haven't seen Supimo. Whatever at Subpoena said. Oh. On Club Penguin, I'm thinking the same thing. I didn't know if you were there for that, and I was just about to say, you should ask him why he got banned in Club Penguin. Well, actually, what's even funnier, so I feel like that's still not the full story because, well, I mean, he probably doesn't remember. I don't know if he's here, but you have to get banned. You have to say something bad 3 times to get fully banned, and he got fully banned. Like, so he said something bad, like I think he might have just said the F word, and then I don't know what the second one was, and then the third one is rape. That is so funny. I said grape. I said grape, and I meant he said I'm a big grape, and he got banned from it because you can't say that on Club Penguin. Yeah, we've already seen all this. Passengers, yep, the flight logs. Um, was he still sexually abusing her? Yep. She didn't tell anyone. She felt like she couldn't. Then the mom. Then the whole thing about girls having a basket of sex toys. Epstein didn't do anything about the gun and the money during the course of the investigation. Sisters say, sister said she'd really like you. Didn't say what happened after the movies the second time with Maxwell. Maxwell being the sister. Didn't tell anyone got home for the same reason after they went with Maxwell. So that was the first time was with the sister. What did she tell you? Maxwell was gonna like her. Epstein was gonna like her. This scan's really funky. He took off his robe, started massaging him. Yep, we already read all that shit. Did Blank remember Maxwell saying in a phone call, "Clever girl, I'm impressed." Yep. Travel with him. Oh, we're at least 64 pages in. We're already like halfway through with this bullshit. If this is all repeat offensive bullshit, then at least we're halfway through. Struggling with substance abuse. Yep. And eventually it can't repeat because it's not 77 pages long. Just to be clear, Maxwell's testimony. Yep. This is when she started lying. Just to be clear, under 18. Yep, that is correct. Turning to the next slide. 2016? No. Okay, and this is actually all the same shit, is this not? Okay, so we can close out of this. Great. Wow. We're slowly chugging along here, fellas. Slowly but surely. This might be worse than the push-up punishment. I'm not kidding. This is a lot of work. Those individuals are blank blank. Blah blah blah. Epstein used vibrator. Then this is when they press her on saying she didn't give massages. In full. Now the excerpt we just read was in reference. Oh, we already did all this bullshit. Um, Same position. Turning the next slide. Thank you. Let's just tie that down. We already did all that. Welcome back. Wait, I really could have just scrolled through all of that. Oh, that's so stupid. Welcome back. Thank you. I have placed in front of you as marked Exhibit 5. I already closed Exhibit 5. Didn't mean shit. Recognize that. Oh, it's the PowerPoint. Did you participate in the preparing the exhibits? Then we're going to have it up on the screen. We'll use it as to testify during the course of this investigation. Have you participated in multiple interviews? Yes. Approximately 5 of the interviews. For this purpose, I'm going to refer. Have we already run this one too? Her boyfriend was with her. Okay, hold on. We didn't actually read this. Whew. Whew. Did blank tell you approximately how old she was in one of these photographs? Yes. Which photograph did she identify? The one on the right. What did she say in the one on the right according to her? I'm sorry. That one was from her MySpace page. And how old did you recall her being out of this photograph from her MySpace page? 16 years old. What is blank's date of birth? Where was she living when she was 14? West Palm Beach, Florida. What was blank's home life when she was 14? Troubled, molested multiple times, addict, mom, alcohol, parents were separated, fought with her brother and mother. She was 14. Did she have a boyfriend? What was his name? How old is he? 17. So about 3 years older. Did there come a time? Did there come a time when blank learned of Epstein? Yes. According to blank, her boyfriend was friends with someone named blank who was dating blank. The four of them would often hang out together. One particular occasion was asked by them blank, but asked by them and blank if she would like to make some money massaging an older man. How did blank respond? She agreed to it. Now, what year does blank remember this conversation taking place? 2001. How old was she at the time? 14. During your investigation, have you learned of blank date of birth? Yes. How old was blank at the time of the conversation with blank in 2001 about massaging older guys? 17. After the conversation with blank, did blank meet Epstein? Yes. What does she remember happening the first time? She was brought there. She recalls going to the side door, being introduced to Maxwell. Based on the interactions, as blank entered, what was the understanding? She understood that they had met. She understood that they had met before. And did Maxwell, in substance, tell blank to show blank what to do? Yes. Went upstairs, waited for Epstein. Um, how did blank describe the massage room in Florida? She described it having a few doors inside and some entering a closet. There being a bathroom, basically had a sink inside. Closet had the massage table, which they take out in order to set it up. What, if any, photographs do you recall? She recalls new photographs of Maxwell. What the hell? And other females? Yes. After blank and blank had set up the massage table, what happened next? He came in, they massaged him. At some point, he turned over, they had sex. Ew. Sat on the couch and tried not to watch. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if this was the same person or different people. According to blank, did blank and blank, according to blank, did blank and Epstein engage in intercourse? Yes. Epstein left. Each got paid. They walked downstairs. They got paid 300 each. They received 300 in crisp $100 bills. Why did they say it like that? After the first visit, did blank go to Epstein's Palm Beach residence on multiple occasions to provide massages? Between 2001 and 2004, yes. Approximately how many times does blank estimate she massaged Jeffrey Epstein? About 100 times. Jesus. Do blank memories of events at Epstein residence run together? After the first visits, yes. At some point, her first and second visit, did blank give her phone number to someone at Epstein's house? Yes. And after that, blank go to Epstein's house by herself without blank accompanying her? Yes. After blank provided her phone number, how did she schedule times for the massages? She would call herself or receive a phone call. Did blank explain why she would call herself to schedule his time? Yes. She wanted to make more money so she could buy drugs. Sick. During this time, seeing Epstein, did blank become addicted to drugs? Yes. Okay. What is all that? What is all this? She was addicted to this. When someone would call blank to schedule for massages, who does blank remember taking calls? Maxwell or blank? And time periods of the course of years that one or two individuals called. What did they say? What did blank say about that? She recalled for the first several months going to Epstein. She would get calls primarily on Maxwell. She would receive calls from blank, but at the same time, occasionally receive calls from Maxwell. And did remember, she did, and Did she also remember receiving phone calls from other Epstein employers whose names are not known? Yes. Did blank refer to Maxwell as Maxwell? Yes. And then you mentioned another person. What was the other person's name? Blank. And did she primarily refer to blank? Did blank primarily refer to blank as blank? Did blank go fuck yourself? Yes. Who was blank according to blank? She was another employee of Epstein. She was an assistant who made phone calls, arranged massage appointments, and took photographs. When Maxwell would call blank to schedule massage appointments with Epstein, did Maxwell ever tell blank where Maxwell was calling from? Yes. What did blank remember about that? She recalls saying that they were in New York and that they would be traveling from Florida at a certain time period and asking if she would be available for the next time they return. And when they say they would be in New York, who are they referring to? Epstein and Maxwell. Interesting. So did blank understand from these conversations Maxwell and Epstein at the time of these phone calls were in New York? Yes. From what phone numbers would Epstein's employees call from scheduled appointments? They would call from multiple phone numbers, including blank's cell phone, her mother's phone, her landline, her home line, her boyfriend's. Bro, what? So, is this guy like pimping her girlfriend out? His girlfriend out? What's going on here? How did blank get to Epstein's residence? She'd be driven by her boyfriend. She'd be driven by herself. Um, what the hell? Did blank's boyfriend ever meet anyone at the house? Yes. What did blank remember about all that? She recalls that he met Epstein. He met in the driveway. There was a car that Epstein was driving at the time that he was showing to blank, and he recalls blank really liked the car. She had to hear him talking about the car for several. Oh my God, I'm exposed. That would be me, bro. That would literally be me. What the fuck? 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 Like, babe, you see that guy's car? Oh my fucking God, I would hang myself after that. I would literally hang myself. According to blank, did blank ever meet any of Epstein's employees? No. Jesus. When blank arrived at Epstein's house for an appointment, what happened when she first arrived? She would arrive through the side door, gently greeted by someone. Would that be in the kitchen? Yes. Does she recall at times Maxwell being the person that would greet her? Yes. After being greeted in the kitchen, what would blank do next? She would go upstairs, arrange the massage table. Once blank was in the massage room, what would happen? He would come out, go on the table, flip over. Okay, gross. Epstein's ejaculating. Let's just end it there. We'll just end it there. Also, what's up, person number 4? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Friday. Say what's up in the chat if you're a real person. I got a couple view botters in here. Maybe someone say hi. Da, 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 da. What would blank do? What would blank be wearing at these appointments? Started wearing underwear. She would make more money to be completely nude, so she started getting completely nude. Hi, Alec. You're all 4 people? You little view botter. And so after her first few visits to Epstein's, did it become blank practice to become fully nude? Yes. On a few occasions, did the massage Epstein touch blanks? Gross. Add it to the gross counter, add it to the gross counter, add it to the gross counter. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom, bada bing. Bro's a little toucher, bro's a little toucher. Yes, on one occasion, touching her, yep. Mentioned, recalled, massage ended with Epstein ejaculating, so it recollection, every single past massage. Sect act. After each massage, what happened? Epstein would get up, get dressed, she would get paid. She would go downstairs. Or should we go downstairs and be paid by Maxwell? 300. Do you want to bring up to Chris dollar bills this time? You mentioned blank would sometimes be greeted by Maxwell. Would Maxwell engage blank in conversation? Primarily being the person she scheduled the appointments. Yes. Later periods. Just says hello. Doesn't really talk. During the earlier period, blank was going over Palm Beach house conversation. She talked to Maxwell about her home life, younger sexual experience that she's had. Asked her if she's a vibrator toy on herself. Travel. Like to go through topics. First, what did blank tell Maxwell about blank's home life? She told her that her mother was addicted to drugs. She's been molested. Did she tell you parents were separated? You also mentioned sexual topics coming up. What does blank recall? Several topics. She was sexually active. She told her that she's currently sexually active with her boyfriend. Maxwell asked her if she ever used a toy for pleasure. She said no. Did blank recall that the same day Maxwell asked her whether she used a toy, placed a vibrator? Yes. What did blank recall? She recalls on multiple occasions that Maxwell asked if she wanted to travel. That when she was 14 years old, that her mother wouldn't let her. Maxwell offered to get her a passport so she would be able to. When you said she told her that she was 14 years old, do you mean blank told Maxwell she was 14 years old? Yes. Um, might as well as be. Yeah, I fucking dude. Uh, Jesus. Does blank recall Maxwell specifically saying when Maxwell wanted to travel? No. Did Epstein ever invite blank to travel with him? Yes. What did blank remember about that? They were all similar conversations where they had told he had asked her if she would like to travel and said blank had also traveled with him. She wouldn't let her travel. Oh, excuse me. She had told him that she was 14, mother wouldn't let her travel. He also offered to get her a passport. Did she ever actually travel with Maxwell? No. After blank told Maxwell and Epstein that she was only 14 years old, still called to schedule their appointments. Yes. Did blank still see Maxwell at the Palm Beach residence? Knew that she was 14. Did Maxwell ever see blank naked? Yes. In particular, does blank ever recall that they were between one another? Between one to does blank recall that there were between 1 and 3 times where Maxwell saw her naked? Yes. How did that happen? According to blank, happened in the massage room. And there was one time in particular where blank recalls Maxwell touching her while blank was naked. Yes, and what did blank remember about that? She recalls being in the massage room and dressing. Maxwell complimented her body, asked if they were real. She touched them. And we say she touched her breast. Do you mean Maxwell touched blank's breast? Well, you'd assume yes. Am I stupid? I read all that. Yep. On these occasions, why was she getting undressed in the massage room when Maxwell was present? For getting prepared with Jeffrey Epstein. Uh, other than that, other than her first visit or two, did blank ever participate in massages with another female? Yes. In particular, does she recall 2 occasions when Epstein brought another girl into the room? Yes. Would you please describe for the grand jury what was recalled? Girl looked like a model. At one point, Epstein attempted to have sex with her. She slightly penetrated her. She told him no, and then she had sex. Okay, 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 okay. Everyone, settle down. Settle down. Add it to the gross counter. I didn't even want to read that. That was a little too. That was a little too graphic for reading for the readers. Everyone, settle down. Now just to clarify some pronouns: penetrate, sexual intercourse, penetrate blank with his penis. Yes. Does blank recall Epstein attempting to do that with inserting his penis? Yes. What? And in response, did blank say no? Yes. Did he then engage with another girl? Yes. At the time, was the other girl performing oral sex? Yes. Was there other instances where Epstein brought a different girl? Yes. What did similar instances? She was for so Epstein would have been. Wait, okay, wait. How does this work? He would have Epstein. How does that work? Is there three? Is there another? I don't understand. Um, whatever. Did Blank ever bring other girls? Yes. Why'd she do that? She got more money. Who told her or asked her to bring girls? Both of them. In particular, did they ask her to do? Bring younger girls, blank. Yep. Can you remember the name of every girl? No. Are there some examples of names of girls that you remember brought over? Yes. Names. According to blank, was blank younger than blank? Yes. And according to blank, okay. Yes. Well, blank brought these girls Epstein to engage in sex acts. Presence of blank. And the girls had brought. They're redacting the name of an abuser? I mean, no. I mean, yeah. They've done it a million times. Because like it's literally someone who's trafficked them. But at the same time, she's being abused. It's all incredibly. I don't understand. I don't understand, man. And then there was photos like that would be like full PhDs, like this full page. But then they had a binder full of photos, and then some of like Jean-Luc was redacted, or like another guy that was fully exposed would be redacted, and it would just be like incredibly like what? Why are they redacting them there? Well, yeah, they are both women. It's a it's a girl trafficking a girl who's also being abused. That's what it's saying. So like why did she bring other girls? Because she was told she could earn more money so she can get more drugs. So she was a woman being sexually abused who was told, no, no, you're good, you're good. Yo, what's up, T? Okay, there's my other. Hey, there's everyone in the chat. How are you guys? Glad you're here. Have you been here the whole time? You've missed some interesting. This has pretty much been full PhDs, PDFs. My bad. I'm reading PH down here. I just want PhD. We've been doing this shit for almost. We've been doing this for over 3 hours. So to be honest, we are almost done. Just letting you know. So if you want to see the last 3 hours of pretty much the 50 Shades of Grey I've had to read, go ahead. There's been a lot of like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's been asking for to bring your girls to engage in sex acts. How much you remember getting paid? 300. Each girl got paid 300. They received gifts. Yep. Examples of gifts. Flower, a book. This also, if you ever need to read Massage for Dummies, go back in my last stream. He has the FBI literally photocopied every page of that book and threw it up here. So if you want to check the files, this book's there too. Also, if you read that book, you might be added to the files. Some Victoria's Secret underwear. Does she recall multiple packages of lingerie? Yes. Did Maxwell ask for her address for a bra size? Yes. How does Blank remember receiving packages at her house? How would they get there? Yeah, FedEx. They would arrive from New York. Does she remember whose name was on the return address? Maxwell and da 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 da. What did she do with the money? Yeah, she used it to purchase drugs. Did she and her boyfriend use those drugs? Yes. Dudes, this boyfriend is literally the cuck chair boyfriend. Delivers your girlfriend to Jeffrey Epstein is crazy, bro. Investigate this guy, no? Like, what are we talking about? Did she continue to go to school after she met Epstein? No. But how old was she when she dropped out? 14. She was in middle school when she dropped out? Yes. So did she ever attend high school? No. In or about 2003 did she become pregnant with her boyfriend blank? Yes. Did she continue to describe to massage Epstein after she became pregnant until she became showing her pregnancy? Yes. Did blank give birth to her son in 2004 when she was 17 years old? After the birth of her son, did blank still massage? Yes. What did she tell you about? She was doing that. She was doing it to, excuse me, support her baby because she needed money. Have you reviewed the proposed superseding indictment? Have we already read that? Probably. Wait, this is Exhibit 4. Well, shit. Well, shit. We'll read Exhibit 4 later then. Um, Exhibit 6. It's not funny right now. I have reviewed it. Is blank the individual referred to as victim 4? We didn't get a victim 4. Huh? We didn't get a victim 4. But whatever. Fuck it. Whatever. Yes. 2007. Have you reviewed the report from that interview? Yes. During that interview, numerous paid sexual massages to the Palm Beach home. Yes. Did blank mention Maxwell during the interview? No. During your more recent interviews with her in 2021, did blank explain why she did not mention Maxwell in her 2007 interview? Yes. What did you say about that? She was not asked. She was not asked about Maxwell? Correct. Did she think that Maxwell was important to the interview in 2007? No. Did blank sue Jeffrey Epstein in approximately 2008? Yes. Was she deposed as soon as a part of the lawsuit in 2009? Yes. Have you reviewed the transcript of the deposition? Yes. During the deposition in 2009, did blank state that Maxwell was one of the people who would call her? Yes. Was blank asked any other questions about Maxwell or any follow-up questions about Maxwell during 2009 deposition? No. Yo, what's up, everyone in chat? What the fuck's going on? Say hi if you're in the chat, please. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you want to see the files, I'm 3 hours deep into this. I've done data set 5. We're actually on data set 6 right now. We're just about to wrap it up. Because I'm 3 hours deep in and worked a full shift today, I'm probably gonna end soon. But yo, fucking subscribe if you want to see any of this stuff. I literally role play read half the fucking beginning of this stuff. So if you want to fucking make me make a fool out of myself for a little as I read, go right ahead. It was pretty funny. Um, Tomorrow I'm streaming Cars and Coffee. If anyone likes cars, be up 9 a.m. PST. Maybe a little bit earlier than that. Hopefully, we'll be there at like 8, to be honest. 8 p.m., 8 a.m. PST. Be there, be square. That's going to be a great time. Thank you. All right, let's continue back into the files. My bad. I got ADHD. Get a little sidetracked. You know how it goes. Da, 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 da. 9 a.m. is crazy. That's actually crazy late. That like it starts leaving around 9. Uh, some people like I think Billy said some people show up at like fucking 6:30 or 7. Like what the hell? But I'm shooting for 8. I'm gonna schedule the stream for 8. She was opposed. Da, 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 da. Maxwell, people called her. Yes, yes. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Was Blank asked any other questions about Maxwell or any follow-up questions about Maxwell in 2009? No. After that deposition, did the lawsuit settle? Yes. During more recent interviews, did admit she lied during her deposition? I don't get it. I don't know what you don't get, but respect. Maybe I said your name. I'm sorry if I said your name. In particular, her 2021 interview, did blank tell you after she stopped seeing Epstein, she began working for an escort service? Yes. During 2021 interviews, did blank admit as part of the escort service she engaged in paid sex acts with men? Yes. Now, in 2009, was blank asked about her time working as an escort service? Yes. Did she lie, claim she engaged in no sex acts and only non-sexual dates as a part of the escort service? Yes. Did she explain why she lied? Yes. What did she say? She was embarrassed. She was ashamed to admit what she had worked as a prostitute during her deposition? Yes. Has blank struggled with drug addiction in the years since Epstein? Yes. Did she become addicted to crack and cocaine? Yes. Hey. Was she also in a car crash? Would she prescribe opioids? Did she become addicted to opioids? Between the ages of 18 and 26, blank was arrested and convicted. That's really funny because, yeah, okay, so this is the same girl that was arrested and had those charges. That's really funny that you could see. For crimes with the drug use and traffic violations. And she had like 3 traffic violations. Was a felony incident involving a stolen property where she pawned an Xbox. My Xbox, no! That belonged to one of her friends. As a result of that conviction, she spent several weeks in jail for selling an Xbox. Bruh, it's like $300 max. Just go fucking buy a new one. Was it the longest jail sentence she's ever served? Yep. Released from jail from drug treatment and mental health. Yep, that was several years ago. What does she do now? Stay-at-home mother. She's married to someone other than blank. Yep. 3 children with her current husband. Does he work? Will she take care of the kids? Yes. Retrieve treatment for all of her stuff. As for her schizophrenia, does that manifest into hearing voices telling her that someone's going to take her children away and hurt her children? That's fucking deep. That must be a lot to take in, bro. That's crazy. She believes that it comes from the fear that happened as a child. Happened to her children, yes. Bro, that's so scary. Is Blank able to tell the difference between those voices and reality? Yes. Does she take medication to help out her not hear those voices? Yes. Take multiple medications to manage your drug addiction. How do you? I take drugs to manage my drug addiction. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hey, medical marijuana. Mad respect. Mad respect. I take weed to match my weed addiction. That's what you need. That I've been there. I take weed for my weed addiction. Respect. Is Blank currently, or has she ever sued Maxwell? Okay, hold on. I have 6 people in this chat. Is fucking Stella here? Holy shit, I'm getting pissed off. Stella, are you here? Because there's no way 6 people and it's not someone I already know. Have you identified evidence that corroborates Blank account for her time interacting with Epstein and Maxwell? Yes. Do you interview Blank's? Yeah. Oh, they did interview the ex-boyfriend. What was the current nature of Blank and Blank's relationship? They have a child in common, which they talk minimally about. Just because they have a child in common. I'm hungry. Dude, I'm so hungry. Shut up. Stop baiting me. Stop baiting me. I'm gonna get so hungry. But yeah, okay. What did we get? What did we understand? So they have a child in common. Because they have a child in common, they talk. So they only speak when necessarily discuss their son. According to Blank, where he and Blank were According to Blank, where he and Blank were dating when Blank was about 14 years old and he was 17. Yep, we already know this. Did Blank remember that he and Blank would hang out around that time? Yes. What did Blank recall about how it came to meet? 4 times they were hanging out, mentioned. Yep, we can give a massage for money. We've already read all that bullshit. At Stella, at Canes. Stop saying Canes. Stop saying Canes now. I will freaking time you. I will literally time you out. I really want Chick-fil-A, I'll be honest though. I got Chick-fil-A yesterday though. I'm gonna fucking die of Chick-fil-A overload. Oh! I do just say Chipotle. I actually forgot I have a breakfast burrito I was supposed to eat this morning and didn't eat it. I have 10 more pages, 11 more pages, and then not that much more pages. I got a couple pages to read, and then I'm gonna go pound that. All right, my bad. Fucking lock in, guys. I got food in just a little bit. Lock in. Receiving phone calls, scheduled massages. Remember meeting in his house. Epstein was in the car. That's what I was saying, showing off the car. Epstein recalls being flashy. What if anything did Blank remember about saying to Maxwell? He recalls. That's so funny. So all he does is remember the car as well. What a fucking idiot. Um, what if anything did Blank remember about Blank saying to Maxwell? He recalls that Blank said to Maxwell was rude and nasty, and that she was supposed to be teaching her how to do massages. What did Blank remember doing to the money that Blank received? They purchased drugs, Blank and Blank. What is this? Weed and coke? Blank and Blank would purchase drugs? Yes. And Blank understand what's happening when Blank was at Epstein Palm Beach restaurant. He understood she was going in there to give massages to Epstein, but felt that there may have been something else going on. Uh, So he kinda knew. Dude, the monkey emote's right there. What do you mean? I see it right above your first chat. He understood. Yeah, yeah. So, what did blank remember of bringing the other girls to Epstein's residence? He recalls that he brought other girls. Did he remember that both blank and other girls would get paid for Epstein's house? Yes. Turning the next slide, FBI obtained Federal Express records regarding Epstein. 2002. This is picked up. Okay, so is this? Whew. Picked up 2002 by Jeffrey Epstein. Recipient, we don't know. This was a shipping thing. Uh, sure. On the left hand side, picked it up. Da-da-da-da. It was sent to blank recipient. And is the name spelled blank instead of blank? Yes. Is that Manhattan? How old is blank? 15. Have you interviewed a man named blank? Is the same man about whom we read the back of the testimony set special agent earlier today? To remind the grand jury, did blank work for Epstein in 1990s and 2000s at Epstein's Palm Beach residence? Yes. Did blank recall meeting blank? Yes. What did blank remember about the first meeting? Maxwell drove to his massage apartment. Whoa! I think we know who blank is here. Eh, who has the Mar-a-Lago home? I only know one character. I only know one cat in the game with the Mar-a-Lago home. Hold on. This is extremely not how this works at all. But wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Ignore anything I wrote there. Uh, what font is that? Anyone got the font? Anyone got the font? What font would that be called? It's not Times New Roman. I don't know. That's incredibly no evidence is proven there. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. Mar-a-Lago. Why is this person blocked? Like, why did they meet? Why did they recall meeting this person? She got in the car, leave the property. At some point during the drive, while still on the property, she asked him to stop. She got out of the car and approached a female who was wearing a uniform. Maxwell spoke to the female for 20 minutes, and Mr. Blank could not hear the conversation. Maxwell got back in the car, drove back to Epstein's house shortly thereafter. Later that day, the same girl arrived at the house. She soon became a regular at the house, and Blank later learned her name to be Blank Blank. And when Blank said Blank Blank came a regular at the house, what was the understanding? Or what was Blank's understanding of why Blank was coming to the Palm Beach residence? To give massages. Turning to the next slide, have you reviewed the private jet flights record shits? We're so close. Don't give up now. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That kind of looks like Donnie T. Because who else has the Mar-a-Lago home? And who like what would be a popular figure that the person would go to meet in Mar-a-Lago that they would then want to redact in the files, especially when they've been redacting people doing it. What year is this? 2002 also? So this would be before he was convicted, so I don't know. And then Trump even said he knew what this guy was doing. So if he knew what he was doing, was he participating with it? Um, just thinking. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. The two flights, yes. I'd like you to please walk the grand jury through those two flight records. 11th and 14th of December 2000, you can see way at the bottom of the page, the left side. First flight goes to PBI to Teterboro. Then that flight, Epstein and blank blank among others. On the 14th, go to Teterboro to the Virgin Islands. Based on your understanding, how old were these on the flight? 17. When she was 17, three additional flights. Um, Down a little bit further, there's another date that appears. 28th. Them and others. January 30th. Based on your review of the flight records, multiple flights in 2001 that blank took with Epstein when she was 17. We reviewed the phone records. During the search, police recovered message pads. Please explain where the message pads are. Oh yeah, he just writes random shit. Not a lot of it makes sense. Answer the phone, jot down a note, who they were calling, who they're asking for, phone number, specific messages. Have you reviewed the pads? Yes. Several messages. Yes. Several names and phone numbers that they were redacted. Blah, 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 blah. Grand jury through the message pads. I'm sorry. I think you said 311. Did you mean 311? I'm sorry. It's a little faded. Messages from and the phone number is also a little faded, but it says blank. The Cessna message for JE. The dates March 16th. Same number. Message on the bottom says she wants to work. Just remind the grand jury, did blank tell you that there were times where she would call money for drugs? Turning to the next slide, additional message pads, excerpts. Would you please walk the grand jury through these? First one says it's a message for JE. It's from, there's a date missing. This one says time. Just she wants to work. During the search 2005, there's additional messages that were not included in these slides. Yes. Additionally, these multiple messages seized from 2005. Yes. So he was in 2005. He was arrested. Okay, or stuff was seized at least. What was at least one of the table manufactured outside the state of Florida? Yes. Yes. Would you please describe to the grand jury based on the photographs with the massage room? It was a master bathroom. There was glass doors which appeared to be into a shower, sink, couch, several doors, leads to a closet. Inside the closet, walls of massage rooms, photograph of the nude women, massage table, photograph, blah blah blah. Have you told the grand jury everything you know about this case? I merely answered the questions. Just the substance. So like, have these people explain what they need to explain. Because they're just saying they're answering the questions. Like you know more than they're admitting they know more, but they're just not saying it because they haven't been asked it. I don't fucking get it. All right, well we finished that. This is just Fed Express shit. Oh, these are the flight logs, and these are the message pads. What is this shit? Message. Just scroll in real quick. Get a little zoom in. Available all week if you're around. Damn, look at you getting a deal. Um, Stock is trading at 36.79. What does Jean-Luc want? Um, Call me. Okay, do we know any of these people? Hold on. Just before we end it, because we're just kind of gliding. Now we're just kind of gliding. Let's get some names. Who the fuck is Miles? Miles Schnittman. Well, he's escaped. This guy's in the file. God damn it, I closed the files. You're fucking me. You're fucking me, mate. You're absolutely fucking me, mate. You're fucking me, mate. Hold on. No. No! You idiot! We're almost back. This is the same one I already opened. Oh, you're fucking me. Whatever, man. I'm gonna have a fucking panic attack. We were literally right there. We were right there. We are like 2 pages away from finishing, and I freaking close out of it. File 6. I'll just open up like bang, 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 bang. One of you is it. I know it. 77. Nope. 8. Nope. 28. Nope. Oh, actually, it was this. I don't need any of this shit. Fucking get out of here. Bish. Um, so that's what people, when a girl calls asking for, yo, who's throwing hearts? You're fired up to play RuneScape for Valentine's Day? Yeah, that's facts. Are you working on your fishing? What are you working on right now? What are we leveling up? Um, the Tel Aviv ticket was not fraud. It was a renewal for your second. You're getting a refund for it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the hell this Cecilia was talking about here. So Cecile is um gotta be the fucking assistant. I feel like it's been described, but for sure Cecilia is the assistant because they're talking about the $20,000 deposit. But they've been blanked out before, I feel like. Dan Spielberg on the line. All right, shit. Well, that's files 5 and 6. That took 3.5 hours to do. A lot of hair pulling, a lot of bullshit reading, but we made it. 15 people. This is the most I've ever had tune into my live stream. Thank you for throwing hearts. Whoever's throwing hearts, I see you there. I do see them. Don't think I don't. Um, this is the most I've ever had live. I had 6 people here at once, I think, at one point, which is, I mean, that's fucking bonkers. That's kinda bonkers. 6 people? Like, what are y'all doing? So shout out to everyone who watched. Shout out to the homies who's still here. I might play some Halo later or something. I don't really know. It's kinda late. I need to go to sleep for Cars and Coffee. So tap in for that. Um, yeah, someone hit me up on Discord if you want to chat or something. Someone, if anyone wants to talk, if anyone's still here and is fucking bored or something, maybe I'll tap in for a little. Um, have a great night. Happy Friday. Fuck. Shit. Bitch.